What you talking about? Oh.
What's up?
What you talking about?
Stream Elements bot running.
Stream Elements bot, baby. What's up?
Easy opens. Oh, snap. The
Easy
boys are back.
Screaming into the void out there.
Ben Teaglin ready for a gallon of Queezade.
Oh my God. Well, that gallon of Queezade was 2 weeks ago, brother. So. Hope you've fallen into that windfall. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on tonight.
Oh yeah, we got
John Clements.
We got John Clements.
Down for what?
Always. We're gonna be monkeying around tonight. We're gonna be aping. No, I don't know. I always want to say monkey, but they're different.
They are.
We're gonna have an ape-sational evening. That kind of works. I don't know. Things are about to get unape-spected. This is so stupid.
Those great ape expectations.
Great expectations. That's right. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness.
You're running that plan on them.
That was. Oh.
I had to run it on them.
I had to run it on them. Yeah, they didn't know I had it. I had it. They didn't know I had it.
I had it. They didn't know I had it, and I had to run it on them.
Yep. Man. Goodness gracious, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Thursday evening.
For sure.
At least here for us on the East Coast. Thanks for just all y'all do. Being here, typing in a little computer. It helps us a lot. So what's been going on, dude? You doing all right?
Oh, dude. Not a lot. Haven't even shown any clips yet, and I want to die. I don't even know what that's referenced toward.
But
I mean, yeah. No, going good. I'm potentially thinking about. I've got a story that I got a couple stories to tell on the podcast, and I'm thinking about offloading one here because I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying with two big stories.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. So if you want to, it's up to you. Yeah, so it's if it's up to you.
I mean, the all right. So one is definitely the feature attraction, but it's not Turtles related. One is Turtles related.
And
I feel like they both need to be on the show. I may truncate the Turtles related story potentially.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So I'll say this for the show then. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because I was trying to think, and I don't really have anything that I can think of. Like, it's just been a blur.
This is just an admission. The Rays are playing in Baltimore tonight. It's a big deal. It's toward the end of the season. The Orioles lead us by 2 games in the division. We have a 4-game set starting tonight against them, and that is on one of these monitors. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it is.
That's just I'm a professional. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to. I've done it. I've had the Rays on in the background before, and none's the wiser. You know what I'm saying? But one funny story about it, and this is why I bring it up, is I'm watching Spectrum on my computer through the browser, right?
Yeah.
And I've tried it several times, but every time I go to the game's on Fox tonight. Every time I go to watch Fox, I get the Spanish broadcast of the game.
Oh, that's going to be infinitely more exciting.
Yeah, no, what's interesting is, obviously I have it on mute, so I don't get to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
But what's really interesting is all the commercials are Spanish.
Oh.
And so some commercials are just the normal commercials with like Spanish like dub overs. I can tell just because they're regular commercials I've seen.
Right.
Some of them are like completely recast. Like, so, the T-Mobile ads you see all the time with like the smarmy guy and he's got he's that dude, he's that actor, and he's like got the British accent. Those are just recast with a Spanish dude.
Really?
All the graphics are in Spanish. Yeah, dude. Like, they got their own Spanish dude who's like doing the breaking out of the jail and
the ropes or whatever
shit. The ropes. Yeah, it's a different dude altogether. And I am all about that shit. For some reason, it gives me this weird vibe of I'm just obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with first of all, I'm not the first nerd obsessed with alternate timelines, so I'm not trying to claim some fucking ground.
Tell me more. I've never heard of this. Alternate
timelines. But I'm particularly interested in the little details, the little universe details that are different.
Yeah.
And in the 4th Dark Tower book, Wizard and Glass, they wind up kind of stepping through several different like worlds, kind of like there's this thing called a thinny,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically is a little spot where like the different levels of the tower, which are all the different realities, like like blur through. It's like an error basically,
Okay.
and you can walk like through into a thinny, and it looks like almost like it looks like heat coming off the road almost. It's like silvery and kind of like whatever, and all of a sudden you're in a different place.
Yeah.
They walked into the world of the stand at one point, which I always appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they know they're in a different world than the people that came from, I guess, Earth Prime are
Yeah.
from, is because all little things are different. Like there's a sticker on a car for the Kansas City Monarchs instead of the
Oh,
Royals
yeah.
baseball team.
Yeah.
The Monarchs was the Negro League team for
Mm.
Kansas City. They're actually
Yeah.
one of the oldest teams in baseball, the Monarchs.
Mm.
So I guess in this timeline, they just took the name of the Monarchs or whatever. So there's a Monarch sticker on like a new car.
Right.
There's little stuff like Coca-Cola is named like Nas Cola and
Oh,
stuff.
interesting.
And that's the vibe I'm getting from these like Spanish commercials because it's like a different actors. I'm like in my back of my head, I'm like, man, it's like you're in a different world, dude. Like,
Oh yeah,
you're
no,
on
no,
a
no.
different timeline, bro. It's like another guy got cast in that role, bro.
I'm a
I
sucker
don't know.
for subtle nods and things like that and changes. Just
Yeah.
I don't want to be an asshole, but is it wizard? Because my imagination just ran wild. So is it the wizard and glass or the wizard in glass?
It's Wizard
Got it.
and Glass.
And glass, because that's what I
Wizard and
thought. But
glass.
then I was like, sure, certainly that's what that is. And then my brain goes, but what if it's a wizard?
I mean,
in
it could be
glass?
a wizard. It could be a wizard in glass.
And then that got
I mean,
me
that'd be
thinking
cool.
about all kinds of stuff. Like
I mean,
if you
I'd
found
be-
a wizard
I'd be-
in glass, what would you do? Like,
I mean, I would have been down for the book regardless. You know
oh,
what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Like that would make me buy it more. Actually, how did he get in? First of all, how did he get in there, and how's he going to get out?
Yeah.
I got to find out. The wizard in glass.
What was that old joke? Holy shit! What's that old joke? Oh, do you have Prince Philip in a can? Do you ever?
Vaguely, this
You ever heard that
sounds
old joke?
vaguely familiar.
It's like an old joke because like Prince Philip was a name. I think it was the name brand of some British potted meat.
Yeah.
And the
Huh.
joke was you call someone like a grocery store and you say, "Do you have Prince Philip in a can?" And they say
Yeah.
yes. Say, "Well, you better let him out."
Oh, yeah,
That's-
yeah.
That's like dead ass like a 40s joke, I think. Like
Absolutely.
whatever. But like there was that time we talked about it before on the podcast where because we saw a lot on the 87 animated series where like it was obvious that people that were in their like 40s and 50s were writing the jokes in the episodes.
Oh, yeah. Toot sweet.
Remember, because they had a lot of like too sweet and a lot of really old like 60s humor and 50s
Yeah.
humor that you're like, what? And that dead ass like Prince Philip in a can would literally be a joke in the animated series.
Right.
I can't be honest and tell you that it was not a joke made.
I
in the
was
87
literally
animated
about to
series
say
at
that
some point.
exact same thing. I couldn't
Because
tell
you don't know any
Mm-mm.
old ass joke is completely on the table.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and my memory is blurred to a degree.
It
you know
is.
what I'm saying? Like, I
I'm
think
with you.
it. Yeah, I saw a thing that really kind of got me. I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
So this might be a little controversial for some Turtletarians. So I really hope that we're speaking to our people and our people kind of get this. If you feel this way and you support this thing, then you know
I mean, we're working through things. That's what we're here
we're
to do.
yeah. We're in white paper territory.
Yeah.
So there was a meme, I think it was on TMT Lives Forever, I saw
Okay.
that was like, oh, you know, like if you are so glad we grew up with this and it was the 87 Turtles
Yeah.
and not this and it was the Rise Turtles.
Right. Yeah. I don't
And
like that.
I got like kind of like pretty pissed. Like,
Yeah.
like just kind of instantly. I was like, so I didn't wind up weighing in because you know when you're like the host of a podcast, you gotta make sure you don't like come in
There's-
there hot on somebody or something.
Yeah.
You're like, man, like
Yeah.
you know, I'm kind of representing the show a little bit. So I went in the comments. I was kind of like, all right, like, and I expected to see a bunch of people like, oh hell yeah, brother. Oh
Right.
yeah, no 87 forever. You know, like, oh the new shit, dude. There were so many people that were like right on my page, and
Yeah.
they were just completely like, why are you talking shit about Rise? Like, bro, like. It has storylines, like
Yeah.
you know, 87 didn't like. There's people saying like why hate that? Like,
exactly. It doesn't
like
do anything.
one person said like wait to like they said something pretty clever. It was like tell me you're a boomer without telling me you're a boomer kind of
Yeah,
thing. And I was like,
yeah.
oh damn true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I think you feel the same way.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
that, like
Absolutely. I had a thing where something similar, but not quite the same, but I've been seeing a lot of because I'm in some Power Rangers groups on Facebook, and the Amy Jo Johnson, an Amy Jo Johnson meme. She was the Pink
Like
Ranger, the original.
any thirst post about her? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. This one says if she wasn't your first crush, you're lying, or something like that. And I'm like,
Oh,
no, well, that's
yeah.
that kind of like
That's
hits
very.
me in like a
That could be any.
that's weird because she was fine, but I mean I don't know that I could say that, so I'm
She
not
was
lot.
a crush
Yeah,
of
but
mine.
I don't know that
I
like.
think. I don't think she was my first one. I don't know.
But even then, like, or even if you just rephrase it to say, if you didn't crush on her, you're lying, and it's like, well, I might not have. I don't know.
I just love that just like completely like that just it's so heteronormative too.
Yeah.
Like like it's such a
Absolutely. I didn't even
stupid
put it that way.
heteronormative thing
Yeah.
to say. Like because it's like you're lying. It's like I'm gay. Like
Yeah.
what do you want? Like
Exactly.
or I'm ace or I'm
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But it's funny because that's just like a cherry on top of the ignorance that's already there. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you don't even have to think of it. Like you said, that didn't occur to you. You don't even have to think of that for it to be dumb.
Right. But then
Like
we have to but the thing that I keep talking to my wife Shannon about this, because she's putting on this market that is like her own, and some of our friends were doing it. And so it's like she's the promoter and all the orchestrator for all this thing. So she puts it out there, and then she gets these comments, and I have to like, she understands it, and she's intelligent enough to pick this up. But sometimes you're in your feels and you're like, well, I think they said it this way, but with text, it's like, no, it could be this way.
yeah,
So
it's
someone,
worse, yeah.
someone like, there's nothing witchy about what she's doing, but it's all like earthy and woodsy and like nature and stuff. And but it's not like witches. It's not like you know,
No,
like,
sure.
it's not on Front Street. And but someone commented just like Wiccans, and she's like, yeah, this person just commented like saying
Wiccans?
saying
Is that what
Wiccans.
they said
They said
Wiccans with an
Wiccans.
exclamation point?
I believe so. And she, the way that she vocalized it when she was telling me, it had a negative connotation. I was like,
Okay.
but what if it's Wiccans? Like the
Yeah, like hell yeah.
yeah, exactly. And
Like-
it turns out that was actually what it was. She thought that they're witchy like her, I guess. And but when you, and my point in bringing this up is that there's a lot of people that don't understand, like, and that's just a text version, but what you're talking about is like actual like images and just hating on stuff that it doesn't make it doesn't, I don't know, it's just, it seems so like somebody doesn't know what, like they don't understand. Like it seems like there's like a barrier to well, there's no barrier on the internet. That's the problem, that people might not say that in real life. I mean, no one's going to come up to you and be like, aren't you glad we grew up with the 87 Turtles instead of Rise? If they do, that'd be wild. But nevertheless, it's one of those situations where people just say whatever they want to say on the internet and just forget about it, and not realizing that it impacts people. And, you know, I don't know. But I'm right there with you. I totally agree that it seems unnecessary, and most of the time it's for people that didn't give it any of its due. Like they might have just watched it and said, no, this is, and they'll hate anything that's not the first thing. And and what the thing that irks me the most about it is that they think that they're novel. They think that they are
100%.
They think that this is, no, my thing is the best thing because, and I'm the first person to ever think that my thing is the best thing. Really? It's like people that think that fashion, they're on the cusp of some new fashion trend or whatever. And it's like, do you see my high-waisted shorts? It's like, yeah, I saw them in the 70s and 80s too. And, you know, and it's like these people that think, oh yeah, no, it's never going to be this way again. Or it's never, and it's like, no, this is constantly repeating. It's happened once. What was Battlestar? It's happened before, it'll happen again or something like that. Yeah. And that's the thing that I think gets me, is that these people just think that it's so like, just that it's an original thought that they had, and that anything, I don't know, it's just so,
it's stupid. It's just like, what gets me is I kind of feel like one thing I felt like saying, which, you know, I almost posted, but I was like, no, once again, I'm like, have you watched it all?
Yeah.
Because I have. And not only that, I worked for it.
Yeah.
So like, I can tell you that what I saw in the Rise movie, now granted I did not watch a lot of the show, But
Right.
what I saw in the Rise movie was better than literally anything that happened in the 87 animated series.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
It's
mean, because we were pulling at straws. Like, there was, I mean, dude, there was episodes of that show I loved for different reasons.
oh,
Sometimes
definitely.
they were good. They were good episodes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they had like nods that I really appreciated,
Mm-hmm.
or they had elements in there that I felt like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, but it was always despite the fact that a lot of it was like kind of rote and kind of like the same thing over and over again and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I mean, you can't hold that against 87 because a lot of cartoons weren't like that then.
Right.
So I get that. But if you are the one trying to compare apples to oranges, then let me do another one for you. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like if you're going to say, well, these are apples and oranges, like, or whatever, but I'll compare them and say one is better. Then if we're going to compare them, then let me tell you that the fact that like literally Rise had serial episodes makes it better from a storytelling perspective than anything 87 did ever.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I highly doubt you watched it all.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
I'd find anyone hard pressed to watch that movie and not at least enjoy themselves. Now, you don't have to say you loved it or
Yeah.
liked it or whatever, but you can't deny that there's not good quality there. And we watched the first episode, I remember when it first came out, and we were like, there's cool stuff here. I don't like a couple
Yeah.
different things, but that's with almost every single iteration of the Turtles. I mean, I've
But I
thought that
never.
about.
I mean, I have to give full shot of the fact that like, yeah, I didn't watch much Rise. I thought the movie was great, but like, I don't care. I mean, like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like, how am I able to come to a conclusion based on an episode or two of the show and the movie, where I'm coming to a place where I'm like, guys, let's just like, it's all good. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
like whatever. But like, you're coming out here hot in these streets
Mm-hmm.
on the 87 animated series where we're, once again, I highly doubt you went to the bitter end
Yeah.
of that show. It is basically the way it is that almost no one can make it through it.
Right.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I've heard way more testimonial of bro, I tried, like than I've heard, yep, watched it all.
Yeah.
What's your excuse? Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
And I think that that ties into John Clemens' remark right here with the people often remembering their feelings of a childhood show, not the actual show, which
Oh yeah.
I remember when we started doing the podcast and doing the getting into those reviews, I was telling you that a few years prior, I tried to go through and I could make it to season 3, like in there somewhere, and I just couldn't do it. It was way too
Oh, you mean the
dense.
47 episodes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of that of season 3 kind of like blew
Yeah.
you out a little bit.
Yeah, it was
I'd say.
dense. And it's kind of like how I
Yeah.
feel about and we should have probably done this if we would have had the foresight to do it. But if we could have when we went through it, if we listed the episodes, and this might be something fun we could do if we had nothing else to do and nothing but time, to read the synopsis and say whether or not this episode is each episode is pertinent or like relevant or worth your time. In the sense that like so One Piece is really big right now.
We used to do that.
all
We
over
used
the
to do that
place.
with comics. Do you remember that? We used to do that with comics.
I have a vague memory of that.
We used to say it wasn't that we'd be like, "Oh, this is worth your time." We'd say that a lot of times. We would say, we would
Buy,
say if it
borrow,
was
pass,
skippable.
wasn't it? Wasn't it buy, borrow, pass
Yeah.
or something like that?
I think we did. I think we did that old XCast thing for a little
Yeah.
bit. But I think that we would say something like, if we read a comic, we're like, "Look, you can skip this,"
Yeah, yeah,
like, or something like that. Like we would kind of give it like that kind of thing.
right. And there might
Buy,
already
borrow,
be.
pass. It's a great system.
It was. But with the One Piece Netflix thing that just came out, I've seen a lot of people talking about how like ungodly the amount of episodes that the anime has, and how they have re-edits that people have done to take out some of the long fight scenes or like truncate them a little bit. So you're saving like all this time, and they did the math. And I'm like, that's kind of neat. And it would have been cool. I'm sure someone's probably done it for Turtles, but nevertheless, I agree go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, to do that kind of with the 87 series.
Yeah. The one
Oh.
that's so not like very linear. I mean, it does have a through line, but there's a lot of filler episodes in there. And
You could do a volume. You could do some greatest hits. Like you could take. Yeah, like one approach you could do is one thing I liked that and X-Files did this, and Star Trek. Do you remember when they put out like the DVD sets where they were like all themed on a thing? So
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
so so the X-Files one was like the black oil. The there's a different like thing. I can't remember the X-Files ones. But Star Trek had like the Borg set
Yes,
and
yes.
the whatever. Star Trek did that. So that was kind of cool. And maybe you
That
could
was cool.
almost collect TMT episodes like that.
The only issue is that the one thing that everyone forgets about, and we do too, or at least in my opinion, we do, until we start talking about it. That the one through line the animated series had was the Technodrome, was the where it was and what it was doing. That was the continuity, and I really loved that about that show. But it's so understated and not even mentioned really as that's the through line that you can't really tether it to that. As nicely as you'd like to, but I do think that your idea is pretty neat too, like that to just do that.
Maybe we could make that like a special or something. Maybe we could go back through like each season, and we basically like we boil it down. Oh, I mean, not season one. Season one's 5 episodes, and like
And
live
it's
your life. Like
fantastic.
it's just a 5 episode thing you need to watch.
Yeah,
But like going season 2 forward, maybe we could like basically give like a greatest hits.
yeah,
Like list out the episodes, like make a graphic for it,
right.
explain why, kind of, and
Yeah.
say like, okay, like if you're gonna go through and watch this thing, we can save you some episodes,
Yeah.
basically. So we can include like origin story episodes
Mhm.
or episodes where the big villains, like what winds up being the rogues gallery, kind of appear.
Yeah,
And we can kind of go from there. That'd be kind of interesting.
that would be.
Like
The
a
only
guide.
the only issue that we're gonna have is where we see characters like Og or Turtelli, and we're like, oh, we loved them, but like
Well,
they
those
don't.
are just good episodes.
Those are good episodes, but do they fit whatever theme we have going? Like if they might not fit
Once
into
again,
it.
well, we might just abandon maybe the theme at that point altogether. Like, it'd be weird. Yeah,
It would be weird. But I guess what you're saying, to your point, is you're saying that like episodes that are worth your time as opposed to just
yeah.
film
Like
episodes.
I can take 47 episodes and I can make that 18
Yeah.
for you, like
Yeah.
a regular season of a show. And
Yeah.
maybe that's our bare requirement.
Yeah.
Is that per season, it's a minimum of like 20 episodes, right? Like or 22 episodes, like a normal like TV order. And we're like,
Right.
okay, like so we can cut at least half of these or more of these out for you out of these big seasons
Yeah.
to make them more like manageable. These are ones that have canon stuff in them that you want to see, but we cut out all the like, bad random blah like Leo sees a UFO episodes because like those are just like garbage and
Yeah.
most named turtle episodes are bad.
Right. They
Remember
are.
that we
Yes.
learned that.
Donatello's bad time or whatever
If it has a turtle's name in it, I think there was only one episode that we reviewed that had a named turtle episode that was good. Like
yeah.
and you got it. 'Cause I remember I think I lost my shit because like we were doing like the two we were doing two an episode of the show.
Yeah.
And I'd always get the first one and you get the second one. So I was on
Oh, that's right. I
odds
remember
and you were on
this.
evens.
Yeah.
And I got Mikey Toys Around and you got like a cool one.
Yeah.
And then one time it was like I got some episode like Day of the whatever.
Right.
And you got like Leo's badass day in the park or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, your episode's gonna suck, son. And then
then-
it wound up being the better one. I was like so mad. I was like super mad about it.
Yeah. My goodness. Oh man, those take me back. Jeez.
Boomer. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did hear that somewhere else too, but I John, yeah, that's too funny.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
like, that's
but-
100% what that is.
I'm right there with you though. I feel like it's funny. I was listening to I think episode 60 today, doing some stuff with it, and I it's the one where I'm going to Gasparilla, and I needed you to explain Gasparilla to me because I'd never been.
Oh my god.
But I'm telling you, and this is right when we started doing like a couple episodes after we started doing New Drink and Old Drink and stuff like that. So my mindset was like, oh, I really love that game that we've got. I want to kind of
Yeah.
have that embodiment in like my own life, just in general. And so I was talking about like how I'm trying not to. Oh, I just got a error message from Pro Tools. Oh, that's fun. So
Are we going to resync?
we might have to. Let me see. Your drive can't get audio from the drive fast enough. So
Oh, weird.
yeah, it definitely stopped recording, which is not good, but that's fine. Oh geez, I just broke something. Okay. So I'm gonna have to delete that. And well, this is what the pregame show's for, because
That's what it's for,
I'd rather that
everybody.
happen here than
For sure.
than
100%.
anywhere else. So let me double check some stuff. It's a good thing because we were about to peace out and get right into it, but
Yeah, no, it's actually really good that we're
yeah,
right here.
let's what am I doing with my life? But
So you need me to stop recording on Pro Tools?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so it says that
It's all good. I mean,
yeah, no, I just I don't know where all this here, I'm gonna minimize this, hope that it doesn't break anything.
Okay.
Empty the trash. I was gonna say something about how I'm trying not to have like a negative connotation with things and not just assume things are gonna suck and kind of just give it the benefit of the doubt kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that kind of plays to that whole mentality of not shitting on things whenever I don't inherently just like it automatically. But
I mean, I did text our friend Lex the other day because I was at grocery store. Yeah. And it occurred to me. So I asked her, and I was like, do you think that Chris Martin knows he created the most boring fucking band ever made? Like, do you think that he's aware that Coldplay sounds like your U2 is still buffering?
Oh my goodness.
Do you think that he knows, or do you think that he's like in denial, or do you think he doesn't think about it? And she was like, oh man, like, and it was pretty early in the morning for her. She's like, man, like first thing in the morning, you know I like those old I like those older Coldplay albums and all this stuff like that. I was kind of like, no, I mean, yeah, some people like rice cakes and shit, but what I'm
oh my
asking
god.
is, I was being super mean about it. I was like, some people like rice cakes and like Chex Mix and stuff, but dead ass, like, do you think that Chris Martin knows
Right.
that Coldplay's the most boring band ever, or do you think that he is still to figure this out?
Oh my goodness. That's too funny. No, I don't hate Coldplay. I don't. I actually do. I don't ever, because some people just hate them. I do, but I can agree with you that they are kind of boring. But I kind of do like that sometimes. But I your point's valid. But I do enjoy, not necessarily. See, I can't fully commit to enjoy. If they come on, I'm not like
whatever that song's called, that Speed of Sound or whatever that song, whatever that.
Yeah, that's
It is the most boring. The minute you hear that shit start up, you're like, I'm in hell for the next 10 minutes. While he just glosses his bad voice over, like holds like the notes out way too long, and you're just do
you think
you're just in hell?
Yeah, do you think that
I hate that song so much.
It's the droniness. Not that you're not into drony stuff. I understand that, but
I love drony stuff.
I know you do, but like, do you think that the what they're doing, that progression just
the fact that it's like 2 chords for the entire song with that annoying melody, absolutely, that's a huge part of it.
That's pretty much the whole song.
Like no, because that's all it is. There's a pop song, I think a Rihanna song or something like that does the same thing.
Right.
That I hate that song too because it starts that up. But no, Coldplay's boring as fuck. I mean, like, they just are. Like, they like I've never heard a song by them ever that ever compelled me to do anything more than feel like I was at the dentist without being at the dentist.
Oh my God,
that's literally what they are. So I say all this to say that, like, I'm not trying to yuck yums here or whatever, but like every once in a while, it's like blurts out of me, and I'm just I I hate that band so much. I just can't. I don't understand. I don't
Right.
understand how. Like I can't even new. It's hard for me to even think about new drinking that band.
Right.
Like I can't even
I don't know.
like. I got new drink for like Imagine Dragons in comparatively to Coldplay in I got buckets load of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll start a new drink like bar. You know what I mean
Right,
about
right.
Imagine Dragons or almost any other band I hate. But I got nothing for Coldplay.
Goodness. All the hate.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I
I know.
just, man.
I'm just riffing while you fix the system. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate
So
it.
like, you
Yeah.
know, if you guys like Coldplay, I'm sorry.
Ah,
I'll say the same thing about I say about peanut butter. I wish I did. You know what I
I
mean?
think
Like
about you every time I make a peanut butter and jelly. Anytime peanut butter comes up, I think about you.
my kids still bring up the story about how because I told them and they thought it was so funny about how like I was eating your cookies, so you got peanut butter cookies, and how that fucking how deeply that hurt me. That hurt me like super
oh,
deep.
oh, I'm
Like
glad. I'm
that
so
got your
glad.
boy. I was like the betrayal.
I
The betrayal
loved it so much.
because when it went down, I said it
Yeah.
thinking you deny it
Oh, that I.
because
Oh,
it was like a joke. And then I remember clearly being like, "Yeah, damn! Like all these goddamn peanut butter cookies. Like you think you don't want your boy eating no cookies or nothing." And the best part is because you can't because you really don't lie.
yeah,
Like Eric doesn't
yeah.
really ever lie. Eric just sits there, and I'm like, Eric's like,
Yep.
"Well," I'm like, "No, wait, what?" And it was a whole thing.
It
I'm like,
was.
seriously, dude? Like you were such a snob about your fucking white fudge covered Oreos that like dead ass, dude. Like, but I mean, also at the same time, looking back, man, your boy was a bit of a snacker
Yeah,
back then. You know what I'm saying?
you were.
That's
You were.
I snacked it up, dude.
And plus, I thought it was hilarious. So
That's why I weighed like 350 pounds. I just like wouldn't stop it.
oh, so this is going to be real boring to our listeners, but this is what the pregame show's for. So basically, it's showing me that the drive that I don't put anything else on this drive. It's got
Mhm.
like 3 gigs, and I'll need a little
Okay.
bit more than that. But I don't know what else to
Fair.
delete off of this because everything in the old downloads thing is done.
Did you clear the spank bank?
I don't know because there's nothing. Well, I don't know that Pro Tools would have that as far as let's see here. Yeah, that's
What about the folder of your outdated Smash Mouth memes?
oh dang, that's real. I really need to get rid of those.
Yeah, because that's just kind of doesn't hit the same now.
So yeah, apparently at band practice, our guitarist Pat hadn't heard the news, but until that night.
Wait, what? Like this? What this past Tuesday
No, no, no,
or
no,
the
no.
week
Like
before?
right,
Okay,
right after it happened, and he found out
okay.
at band practice, and then Mike, our bass player, goes, or he said something one way or another. Mike set it up to where Pat goes, "Well, who told you?" And then Mike just goes, "Some," but and yeah, it was great.
Oh
Just,
my
just
god, dude,
oh,
that's so
it
good.
was wonderful.
That's pretty good.
It was excellent. Oh man, I don't know why this is not. What's John
Oh
Clemens
yeah,
telling me?
John Clemens says delete your Coldplay MP3s.
I literally thought that he
Um,
was going to provide me with some insight, so I closed everything. I was like, John seems like he's got me some insight in here, and then no, just bam, just roasted me.
well, I appreciate you willing to physically attack Coldplay.
Oh,
Spit on their bodies. Ryan sent me. Yes,
Ryan
John.
sent me. Oh my
I
god.
want them to know it was me.
Yeah, yeah. Let him know.
Let them know it was me.
Root media folder. What is this?
No,
No.
I think physically attacking Coldplay would be like kind of borderline, like punch and below the belt a little bit. Be like picking on a kid.
It would
I wouldn't
be.
waste your time, John.
It would
They
be.
probably bore the fuck out of you. Like I think that every member of Coldplay, like when they show up like in person, they're like just not as saturated as everyone else. Like they look like a dreary like England photograph from like the 70s, and they're
Yeah.
just like just not they look like BBC from like the 90s. Like they're
Oh
just like a
yeah.
little blurry. They're tracking funny.
Yeah.
Like one guy goes to light a cigarette and like the lighter like trails, and you're like, that's like some
That's
pal shit. Like
yeah.
why is that happening? And then like literally to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy like a bright red shirt to wear, and you hand it to him, he puts it on, and it's like dark red. And you're like, what
Right.
the fuck? Like, yeah, they're just not.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that when you approach them, they probably have like a radius of desaturation and boredom that like
Yeah.
is like a kind of an aura effect. So I know John's doing that shit hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, of course.
John's one of our martial arts masters, right? Or out there with Noah. So he like obviously want to get in there hand to hand. The problem is you'd be caught in the boredom.
Right. Yeah. And then that's where they get you.
You'd start like you might land a kind of a weak punch, but then you just get bored of doing it.
Right.
It's probably how they avoid like getting beat up all the time. Is they're probably like someone walks in like, yeah, you want to start something? Oh, you Coldplay, you're the most boring band in the world, and they like get within like 10 feet of them, and then they like kind of like punch your shoulder, almost like you punch your friend's shoulder, like very
Right.
lightly,
Right.
and you're like, whatever.
And then
Then you walk away, and you're like, you're a little bit mystified before you remember.
but then all you hear
What
is
it
that
was.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the zone you walk into.
That's the zone. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah, maybe Coldplay heard you were talking shit and they wrecked our stuff.
maybe.
It could
I
be.
mean, Chris Martin's got that much money
He
for
does.
sure for just being boring.
Just being boring.
Just dun, 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 just all day. And you get paid millions. You get to marry Gwyneth Paltrow and name your kid Apple or whatever.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just
Anyway,
So-
John says he'll out boredom them.
oh my
I don't know
goodness.
about that, John. That
I don't
there,
know.
dude. You're not
Um,
that boring, dude.
okay, so I'm gonna try it again and see if we can get it to work.
Okay.
But if we
You deleted
can't,
something?
we'll have the video audio, and we'll just have to mess with that because I can't think of anything else to do.
Okay.
With why it would be. Let me double check
Sure.
one more thing because I've got it all set to the backup drive, but it doesn't. I don't know why it's.
Yeah, normally, I mean, once again, like, so back in the day, some of it's changed because, like, drives don't get as fragmented now because they get kind of, like, auto-clean now, but, like,
right.
part of it could be, like, you know, back in the day, if they couldn't get audio from the drive fast enough, what that usually meant was either your hard drive was, like, damn near full, your hard drive was fragmented beyond, like, all belief, or your hard drive was slowing down. Like on its way to being dead. Those were the three things that happened then. But I don't know how relevant that is, especially to this build of Pro Tools.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it was working fine up until then and everything. But
okay, so we'll just try to sync and on the break, and if it stops at some point during the show, then we'll just do the
video audio. That'll be the way we can get through it. And then
sounds good.
Yeah. So, all right. So yeah, guys. Yeah, we're gonna head on over to the Prime side. Thanks for sticking around with us, to us, by us.
Yeah. While we
that.
deal with all our little foibles.
And yeah, so we are talking about what are we doing tonight? It's episode 310. And we are it's episode 11, I think. Is that right?
Yes. Oh,
Windfall.
Yes,
I know that
episode
much.
11, Windfall. It's got your boy Silver.
Oh, I love Silver. I'm so excited.
Got your boy Silver.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lodge this one right here on the pregame show.
Yeah.
If I wind up liking this episode,
yeah,
then it is going to be a true measure of that Eric and Ryan effect.
Oh,
or when we review it together and we like, you know, with our powers combined, like somehow I come out liking it because I really was bored by this episode and really didn't like it. So like I'm, and just to clarify, it's not from didn't like it because like, oh my God, the writing was so bad. It was like one of the most like lowest stakes, boring episodes I've ever watched. So I'm very curious because if I come out like, yeah, you know what, man, Ryan, what did you think? It was a great episode, man. You know, I really, if you hear that out of me, just know that like
That it
it
worked.
was this effect
Yeah.
that Eric made me see the sunny side of life or
Right.
something. He turned my frown upside down because like this one, it wasn't offensive, but it was Coldplay. Put it that way.
Oh, you're not wrong. Well, guys, stick around, see if you think that this episode is Coldplay, and let us know in the
Yeah.
comments, and we'll catch you on the Prime side in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, bye. Bye. What up, y'all? It's your boy Ryan Guy.
It's your boy Easy. What's going on?
And you are listening to Turtle Soup, the internet native, the world's only community-supported podcast dedicated to the ongoing journey of the TMNT all the way from the very beginning.
Yep.
Until I find the last drop of blood that was trailed through my house the other day.
Oh.
And
that's got to be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever find them.
Mystery blood.
Mystery blood. Speaking of things that are we have mysteries and we have things that are just solved. You know what I'm saying? Things that we just know about. There's just no question about.
No question.
The first of these things is that we're live on YouTube, because obviously that is right now. So make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, hit the bell icon, shout out Logan Paul, all that good stuff, and make sure that you do all that. See the new videos. Come on, get on the live stream and stuff like that. Share the stream if you're watching. Let people know that we're live. You know what I mean? We love to grow the community, and you guys help us do that. The other thing that's solved is it was just on the sheet right here. And the reason it's on the sheet right here is because it happened for us. Are the patrons. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are. Awesome, beautiful people who help support the podcast. Stop me from saying clang. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
You guys make the world go around. And this episode is dedicated to two
of
patrons. I gotta put my fingers. Right.
Put them up. Two.
These patrons are Tara Clarkson, that's a new one, and Drew Ivers.
Yeah, two new ones.
And if it's Tara,
let us know.
Let me know. You know what I'm saying? I said Tara. I meant to say Tara because my daughter's name is Kara, and she gets Kara all the time in school, and she's like, no.
Yeah, no, don't.
So I meant to say Tara because I was like, I'm gonna make my shot at that one. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one I know.
Right.
But I said Tara, which is funny. So either way, let us know, because I don't want to be missaying your name on the show here. But thanks to those patrons, and this episode's for the two of you in particular.
Indeed.
Eric.
Yes.
My good man.
Yeah. Oh, you know it.
On this podcast, we do things, and they're called steps. You know what I'm saying? If you're new,
we do.
Every episode is a step in the journey.
Yeah.
From all the way from the beginning until I find all the blood.
Blood.
I mean, my question for you is, what are we covering today on this brilliant episode of Turtle Soup? Today,
we are covering in the step. It's not covered in blood. It's not soaked in blood yet. But back in November of 1997, the day was the 21st of November to be exact. And on that day, you could have turned your television on and you would have seen, in the afternoon presumably, Teenage or just Ninja Turtles Next Mutation, and it would be episode 11, Windfall, and that's what we're bringing back tonight.
Getting close to Turkey Day.
Close to Turkey Day. Like, gobble gobble.
Figuring out what day the turkey gobbles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would have been probably the same week. And so, like, that'd have been. I always loved Thanksgiving week. Well, you know me, because like Black Friday is like my favorite holidays. So, but like, man, thinking about having like a new Turtles episode there, that'd have been great.
So in particular, you were 6 days short in 1997.
Oh,
Thanksgiving was on the 27th.
Yeah.
And you were on the 21st here. So in 6 days, gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
And yeah. So that's what we're covering.
That's what we're covering today.
Today. So Eric, how you been, dude? What's been the story with Eric?
I've been well. I've just been living, and a
lot about it.
Yeah, a lot about it. Not much has happened. Yeah, no, not much has happened. I did see a meme though that was pretty funny. So let me tell you about this, because I want to put it in Turtle Soup's vernacular. If you're cool with it, and if the listeners are as well. So I think I might have sent it to you as what, but I can't remember. I sent it to a ton of people. It's basically Batman standing next to Raphael, and he goes, "Raphael, this is where I saw my parents die," and Raphael just goes. He just goes,
you can't even say it.
I can't say it. He goes, Cowabubber. Cowabubber. He says Cowabubber. Oh my God.
Yeah, so good.
That's what I want to say anytime someone's like, yeah. So
something really bad happens, you're like, oh man, Cowabubber.
Cowabubber. Oh,
yeah. He's like the most like callous person in the world. But yeah, no, that's pretty funny. So
Cowabummer.
wait, so is that all that's been up with you? Is Cowabummer?
That's all that's been up with me that I feel like we
Okay,
should talk about here on the show, because anything else is a literal cowabummer, but we'll save
yeah,
that for
as long
later.
as
Um,
that's wild.
but well, yeah. Well, technically, I found out I don't have ovarian cancer.
No, that's a great.
Yeah, mostly my sister got it. I don't have it, but my sister got it. But the doctor said that I'm going to be okay. Gosh,
Okay.
my eyes are on fire from that cowabummer. I don't know why. Like
Wow.
I feel like Cyclops right now. Like I can't open my eyes.
No,
Gene,
no,
Gene.
no, but I'll be your Gene. I'm like, open them,
Oh yeah.
open them.
Or better yet, I feel like Rogue. Like when she kissed him, she's like, oh, I don't
Oh,
know. I don't.
when she kissed him, that got me pretty good. You know, Rogue when she kissed him.
Jesus.
Oh my God! All right, so
Sorry.
we're getting off. I tell you, if that's any indication of what this show's going to be.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be one of them episodes. So anyway, that's
Okay, so you're okay.
so yeah. So my sister,
that's a
Cowabummer.
bummer.
Yeah, Gravedigger got all her stuff taken out, and she's all right now, I think. But they gotta do some stuff with her. But I asked my mom, I was like, hey, well, if is it hereditary? You think I'm gonna have ovarian cancer? She's like, no, I think you're all right. But I said that same joke at the church I work at. And there's this dude there, this older dude who likes to give me the dozens, and so we go back and forth like constantly. So he's like, well, you probably just only have to worry about it on your whichever side of my hair is the short side, or the long side. He's like, you just got to worry about it on that side. I was like, oh,
nice.
But he has no hair, so I was like, oh, well, you don't have to worry about it at all. And
Fair.
we were just digging each other. So that's been me, but Cowabummer. So guys, let's keep that
Cowabummer.
Cowabummer.
All right.
But well,
best wishes to Gravedigger.
Oh yeah,
she's all right.
There we go.
Man, so
yeah, tell me. I want to know all about the stories.
Okay, so I got a couple things. So first of all, dreams kind of came true a little bit. Went to the Rays will hold these, like, they have this thing called like the summer concert series, right?
Oh yeah.
And so you buy a ticket to the game, and then you get to sit in your seat and like watch a concert, like after the game. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then if you spend a little extra money, you can get down on the field where like you're kind of right where the stage is. You know what I mean? And the stage is in like dead like middle like center field, like usually where the center fielder would kind of play. So if you're back in your seats, you're kind of watching the jumbotron. Because imagine, if you've been to a lot of ball games, imagine like having like the person you're trying to watch in concert be the size of the center fielder from where your seat normally is.
Yeah,
not a lot of detail, right? Anyway, so for some reason this year I've gone to all three and I've paid the money to get on the field for all three.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The first one was AJR,
right?
And I gotta say, AJR put on a hell of a show. AJR was wild.
Yeah.
I'm not their biggest fan. I don't hate AJR.
They're just a pop band,
but,
right?
Yeah, they're kind of they definitely started like kind of on YouTube and stuff, so they have kind of that angle to them.
Okay.
But and they have songs that you've heard for sure.
Oh.
More contemporary songs and stuff. But yeah, like they actually put on a really really good show. They were awesome. Alicia wound up kind of getting into them over it. She like listened to the Apple Music like AJR Essentials. You know what I'm saying? And wound up being like, no, this is like good stuff or whatever. Like she really liked it.
Yeah.
So that was a good show. Went and saw Lee Bryce, this country guy.
Yeah.
That one was because like I didn't necessarily care because I'm like, what's a Lee Bryce? That was like the first thing I said when they announced it. Never heard of her. Then I got bamboozled because I thought my aunt and uncle wanted to go to that game.
Mm-hmm.
So we got my parents' tickets, me and Alicia and my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Got them, and they're really into music. I mean, especially my uncle will go to like any show. Like he's a really cool guy, Joe. He's awesome. Like really into music. Kind of got me into like REM and stuff. Like when I was like, in my little annoying punk phase, like he would always like make tapes for me and be like, check this out.
Oh, that's
sometimes
cool.
It didn't hit. It was like Blind Melon maybe. And I was like, eh. But then like he got me REM's it wasn't Monster because that album, I don't like that album very much. It was the other one, not Automatic, but one before that I really like.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So cool guy to talk to. Well, you have to wait in line like in like around like this like tunnel thing to go down the field, and we're there, and I'm like, oh, you guys decided for Lee Bryce, and my aunt goes, I don't know who he is. And I look at Joe and I'm like, Lee Bryce? And he's like, yeah, I guess.
Uh,
I'm like,
oh,
what?
so
Okay. So we went going down the field for Lee Bryce for like kind of no reason. We just kind of did it.
weird.
The last show was
Okay.
the I Love the 90s night
Oh,
with
okay.
Vanilla Ice,
Oh,
Montel Jordan,
this is how we do it.
and Tone Loc.
And Tone
right?
Loc. Oh my goodness.
So I'm like, all right, no, I mean, this is the last show of it, like all three. Let's get on the field for that. You know
Might
what
as
I'm
well.
saying?
Yeah.
So we get down there, and first thing you hear is that Tone Loc had some kind of medical emergency or something. Like,
Ooh.
I guess he's prone to seizures now or something, and he couldn't come on.
Jeez. Oof.
So you got Montel Jordan. He came out. He was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Like, it was really good. He did a really, really good job.
yeah.
Then your boy Vanilla Ice came out.
Oh,
Now,
man.
your boy's got to be a diva.
Oh,
So
has
first
to
of all,
be.
it takes
Has
like
to be.
10 minutes to set up all of his crap he needs, like his fog machine and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Montel just came out there in an awesome black hat and like
Right.
little Stetson hat and was just doing his thing.
Yeah.
So I was telling Alicia between, I was like, look, I'm hoping for some Go Ninja Go,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know if that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
you,
right.
you just don't. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not only does he do Go Ninja Go, but he has a traveling guy in a Michelangelo costume.
Oh, that's amazing.
That not only is on stage for that song,
Right.
but continues to be on stage for the rest of his original material.
That's fantastic. Oh, I love that so much.
I recorded it, so I have it on film. The problem is he did this like really weird rant at the end of it.
Ooh.
That was very boomery. It was like not
Vanilla Ice did or Michelangelo?
Vanilla Ice. No,
Okay.
no Michelangelo did.
Okay,
No.
I was about to say.
I need to trim it so I can put it on the group.
Okay.
Because like there's a part where there's a very good demarcation line.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, shout out Michelangelo, man. I love the Turtles, man. Like I could cut it right there.
Yeah.
But then I have a clip where he went on this long thing about like how like new music sucks and like kids don't know how to dance these days. And I'm kind of like, okay. But I wanted to keep it because it was embarrassing, frankly, for him.
Oh, of course.
In my opinion. But anyway, so yeah, got to see Go Ninja Go.
That's
and
awesome.
I got to see with Michelangelo in attendance, which I mean, that's pretty great.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, we'll talk about the part where he draped himself in an American flag blanket and tried to make some political points about why can't we all get along that just came off sounding real right wing, but we'll just skip right past that.
Yeah,
so I got to see Go Ninja Go from the man himself.
Whew,
right?
that's awesome.
The next story.
Oh,
I entitled this August Blood in My Cat. Other night, it's all good.
Okay.
You know, cats, it's a school night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is Monday night, school night. August in his room doing August things. You know what I'm saying? Which involves a lot of, because his room, his sliding glass door, he has his blinds shut, but because he just like runs into shit and has his bed up against there and everything, it parts the blinds, so I can kind of see what he's up to.
Oh, of course.
And he's playing at his VR at one point. He's watching a YouTube video. He's on his tiptoes, full August style, just like can't stop him, right?
Yeah.
Now, he had been saying the cat was hanging out in his room a lot. And he kind of thought that was remarkable.
Oh,
he's kind of like, Kitty's really just hanging out in my room, like hanging out with me while I watch videos and hanging out. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know? Well, I go outside around like 10 o'clock or so, and bedtime for the kids and us is midnight. So I'm out there, and I see the goddamn cat outside. And I'm like, she's not supposed to be outside. And I'm like, she didn't get out when I came out. I was watching very clearly. I grab her, and I put her back in, and I'm like, she must have got out.
Right.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Second time, Brad's out there about 11 o'clock.
Right.
Finds cat outside. Independently thinks that maybe got out when he got out or got out, whatever.
Stands to reason.
Grabs a cat, throws her inside. Midnight. I go outside for my last little smoke of the day.
Yeah.
But midnight, gonna call it a day. I'm out there with Brad. I hear what sounds like a hammer hitting metal.
What?
Like coming from the woods, actually, because the sound bounced out there. And I was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And me and Brad are making jokes about like, damn, well, one of those cats learned how to use a hammer, or the coyotes figure out like how to use a hammer. I was like, Looney Tunes shit, right? We're laughing. I see August burst out of the hallway, run into the kitchen, grabbing paper towels. I can see there's blood everywhere.
What?
And I'm like, holy shit.
What?
So I run in the house, like, what's going on? He's got his hand bandaged. He's got his hand clutching a paper towel. It's already like bleeding through.
Oh yeah.
He's got the cat in his other arm. And he's like, okay, it's all right. It's okay. But my window broke. And he's like not explaining things well.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was, but this is Detective Ryan. This is my best theory.
Okay.
Is that the cat likes to, like all cats, likes to play in blinds.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Oh,
like likes to get in the blinds and whatever.
It-
Well, I think the cat was messing with the blinds because she saw something in his room.
Yeah.
And he had this little crack in his window. They're old windows. They're like horizontal panes. Like four panes make up this window. And there was a crack in one in the corner.
Yeah.
That's been there since we got the house.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happened with it. Whatever.
Mm.
My theory is that she was pushing on that and she got a piece of the glass out and no one noticed.
Yeah.
So she was going through that hole in the glass to get outside. That's how she was outside.
That's why she's hanging out. That's why she's hanging out in August's room all the time.
Yes. That's why, because she's looking pretty, but then she's hopping out. And then when she's not there, August thinks, oh, she's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
she's outside. So
that's brilliant.
Well, he catches her going through that hole.
Oh, yeah.
Plunges his hands into the glass
to
reel her back in
Yeah.
and puts his hands through the window,
Jeez.
widening the hole in the window.
Of course.
That's the sound I heard, was him putting his hands through his own window.
Right.
Is what that was.
And you and Brad you're like 3 feet away from what just happened, but like you have no idea.
Jokes about it.
But you have no idea that that's what happened. Oh, I love that.
That's the way like the sound worked, I guess.
Yeah.
It just it bounced off the back. I really thought it was coming from the woods, and I was like, whatever.
Right.
Something fell or something hit something.
Yeah.
So okay, so he cut himself pretty damn bad on the inside of his index finger. It got him like a paring knife gets you. It was deep.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get him to stop the bleeding. Well, August, and you've been around him, but August doesn't stand still. Ever.
Yeah.
August is always moving. He's winding around. You're talking to him and he's like doing circles around you. He's constantly moving.
Yeah.
So he moved everywhere. There was blood
everywhere.
Everywhere. There was blood on him, blood coming out the hallway, blood in the bedroom, blood in the den, blood in the kitchen,
dance floor.
blood on the dance floor, blood in the dining room. There was just these big drops of blood everywhere.
Yeah.
So we got him bandaged up. I had to go patch the hole up with some cardboard.
You're
had to get the blood
in the window,
going.
right? In the window,
not
the hole in his finger.
No.
Okay.
The hole in his finger. He showed it to me at one point. Initially, I was just let me initially see it.
Yeah.
And there was like a gnarly bunch of skin like coming out of the wound, kind of. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So classic thing about stitches is, if it stops bleeding on its own, it probably doesn't need stitches. Right. So I'm just like, let's keep that going.
Yeah.
So he's I got Alicia making him switch out the paper towel every once in a while, but keep pressure. That way I can see how much blood. There's the same amount of blood, we're heading to the ER.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was not the case. By the time I got the blood mostly cleaned up, Brad was there. We got Alicia.
Right.
By the time I got the hole patched up, she had just a little bit of blood on that last one. I was like, okay, like it's closed up. So we got him cleaned up, bandaged up, had to wipe all the blood off him, had to whatever. And there's still drops I'm finding.
Oh, yeah.
Just random dried blood, like by the couch, random dried blood by the front door. I'm like, okay. Like, so because, I was telling my mom that he's basically like, those old like family circus like things where like you follow the kid around with like the dotted line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the whole, and I hate family circus, but the whole thing is like he went all these places.
Right.
That was basically the blood.
That was the blood.
It was like Billy from Family Circus, but it was August and the blood that she trailed everywhere.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
So right now we're currently hoping we have a appointment to spay this cat.
Oh, okay.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
That she did not get up to anything on her little excursions.
Oh, yeah.
Because that one could come calling. And
yeah.
We're doing that. I didn't talk to the cat for like 2 days. I was so mad.
Yeah.
August is fine. Got him patched up. That's healing up. And yeah.
For the spaying stuff. For the spaying stuff.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's a place in our area called Planned Planned Pethood, I think is what it's called.
Oh my god.
I think that's where we took no, we didn't take our cat. We took my mom's cat that is that our niece is called Blackie, and we got a
Okay.
yeah, and so she because she's all black, and so yeah, but this is after the second time she's been pregnant, and so yeah,
Yeah,
it's wild, but yeah, no,
it's just a yeah, it was wild, dude.
that's
The
nuts.
blood,
So
the blood and the
so August is okay now. I'm assuming it's not. It's
yeah,
bleeding,
he's
right?
good.
Okay.
He didn't miss any school over it.
Okay.
He said it really hurt, obviously, and it was kind of hard for him to
Do anything, I would imagine.
to do a lot of stuff and whatever. But the pain's gone down, and
Yeah.
it was deep.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to venture down how deep because it
Yeah,
doesn't matter how
no.
deep, as long as he can feel the finger, which he has all the sensation there. Because I was checking that off the bat. I was like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
we had some numb finger, like you severed nerves kind of
Right.
shit. Because it was on the inside. It's annoying. It's on the inside of his index finger.
Oh,
Like imagine where your index finger and your middle finger touch if you put them together.
yeah.
Imagine parallel underneath this knuckle.
Oh, geez.
Inside here. And
Ooh.
it's like a U-shaped thing.
Yeah.
It went 45 degrees on
Right.
it, basically.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was checking him for, to sensation. Can you feel this? Can you feel
Yeah.
that? And he's got all the feeling in his fingers. So I'm like, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And it
that's good.
stopped bleeding.
Yeah.
And it's not infected, so we're okay. But
There you go.
the cat, Kara tried to hold the cat at one point because I didn't want her to go back in the room and the cat scratched
Right.
shit out of her. She started crying during all
shit.
this. She's crying and won't say why. August is like, I'm good. Oh, it's a lot of blood. Oh, I dripped again. You've got Alicia trying to get him to like put pressure and stop walking around because as he walks around more and more blood's coming out.
Right.
His heart's pumping.
You're right. Exactly. Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Man. It was so crazy. And then it was wild. And then the next night, my mom sends me a picture. She's like, I walk in the house. She was at some meeting or something.
Yeah.
I walk back in the house. I hear your dad from like the living room say, all right, don't be alarmed. I'm okay. And she walks in and there's blood everywhere.
What is happening in your neighborhood?
I know it was like a guy family like cursed with me. So
yeah.
They just got their kitchen remodeled.
Okay.
This shit looks like some like Maria Munoz be cooking in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like completely like, you know what I'm saying? You see that shit on gas station TV.
Right, I was just about to say gas station TV.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know
That's the only way
exactly
me and you know who the hell she is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You're better together with Maria Munoz. Right. So whatever the hell. It's the only way we know about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, so your girl Maria, she would cook in that kitchen. You know what I'm saying? That shit was like brand new.
Man.
My dad clipped the outside, like near his ankle. He clipped his leg on the edge of the new washing machine. And apparently like opened like a vein.
Jeez.
Like, and he said he had never had blood like spurt out of him before, but this one definitely like was shooting out. So he's like freaking
no.
So he blood over, and then so when she comes and she sent me two pictures. One was like the kitchen was just covered in blood.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
one was him in his recliner with his foot up.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to stop. See, like he brought the foot up and like
gravity.
held pressure against it and all that stuff, right? And then he's just got this look on his face because she was taking a picture of him covered in blood. And so I called her. And I called her. I was like, "Listen, because that happened the midnight before was August's thing. So I was like, I didn't have a chance to tell you about this, but like August was also bleeding through my house last night.
Goodness. Like there's some house curse going on in your neighborhood that the houses are out.
There is your boy, dude. Like,
dead ass. Like, what if you like talk to your neighbor and they say the same thing? They had a bandage on their hand or their head or something like that. And they're like, yeah, but the door got me or something. And you're like, was there blood? And it's like, a lot of it.
Oh,
it's like,
blood was everywhere.
Yeah, and then it's just a cascading thing like going through your neighborhood. That'd be wild. Goodness
my
gracious.
dad laid up there. Don't be alarmed.
Don't be alarmed.
Right. Blood everywhere. Yeah, no.
He saw it squirting out of him.
He did. Oh, best story is I see him today because they're about to take their RV on a trip. I feel like this has like been like the longest Ryan segment.
No, you're fine. Talk about blood.
So I feel like, I go blood in my blood everywhere. So I go over there today because they're about to go on a big trip.
Okay.
And like with their RV, it's like the promise of the premise. It's like a 2-week road trip, man. They're going all the way out to Arizona. They're coming back. It's all wild, you know.
Right.
So we've been getting their RV ready for the road and all this different stuff. There's one more thing they wanted me to go and bolt in, which was a pain in the butt. So I go over there, and my dad was telling me that so I guess he had the same bandage on that thing for a little bit for a couple of days to try to keep it down.
Right.
So he got in the bathroom today to take a shower, and he
Right.
pulled the Band-Aid off, and it started spurting out again, and he had to cover it
No.
back up.
No.
He says
Oh my
he
God.
thinks that, like, it basically bonded to the bandage.
Oh, of
And I was
course.
like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You gotta, like, as much as this is scary, I think you gotta keep switching the bandage out
Oh,
so it
yeah.
doesn't bond onto it." You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You
but yeah,
gotta.
he said, "Oh, there goes a little squirt." I saw a little squirt. I was like, "Shit," and he covered it back up.
Oh my Lord. That's amazing. Oh
Yeah, so
my
it's some kind of
goodness.
vein that's bringing a lot of blood in somewhere. You don't have an artery in your ankle or anything, but, like, it's some kind of vein that's bringing a lot down there, I guess.
Jeez.
Anyway, yeah,
Mm.
so a lot of blood around here, you know what
Woo.
I'm saying? Like, it's just everywhere.
Everywhere.
Um,
Goodness gracious.
so yeah,
Man.
so text me if you want your blood cleaned up.
Your
'Cause
blood cleaned up.
I'm not gonna lie, we've had two this week. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah.
blood baths over at in Yale Circle here.
Oh my
So
Lord.
yeah.
That's amazing.
So are you ready? Are you ready to pop into this thing? Or
Oh.
did anything I say jar something that you want to talk about?
Ooh. No, I don't think it did. I'm trying to think if
Okay.
anything happened blood related to me, but no, I can't think of anything. So yeah, I'm ready to.
Yeah.
Let's pop our tops and get into this.
Oh,
Get into this.
that's what she did for me.
That's
You know
what she
I'm
did.
saying? Like,
I
that's
mean,
what she told. That's what she told me.
That's what they told me. So
Oh,
yeah. All right.
once you pop,
You can't. Oh well, real quick. Speaking, that just jarred something with me. So, longtime friend of mine, one of my best friends, I guess I could say, David. He hates pop. We talked about this on the show before, but he hates brown sugar cinnamon Pop Tarts.
yeah,
Hates
fucking
them.
alien person. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said his opinion doesn't matter. So I finally figured out how I'm going to
doesn't.
get him. So I told him when he dies, I'm definitely putting the brown sugar cinnamon in his the Pop Tarts in his casket. And then every year I'm going to go to his grave and bury them on his grave. And I just wanted you to know that that was the plan going forward. So
Snacks for the afterlife.
snacks for the afterlife. But this stuff that he
I
hates.
just imagine it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine this visual of like the casket and like flowers, Pop Tarts. Like,
Pop-Tart,
you know what I
Pop-Tart.
mean? Like, just like
yeah.
like everyone's doing the classic. Like, I've never been to this funeral, so now I'm trying to figure out, like, is this a Catholic thing or like what is it?
Right.
Where like you put the shovel of dirt over.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to a funeral like that.
Right.
But it's like a shovel of Pop
Pop-Tarts.
and you like
Yeah,
dump
yeah.
them on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm like,
that'd be
yeah,
so
because
good.
I can't stand him. So
I've been in a reheated Pop Tart renaissance lately.
ooh,
I
yeah?
normally eat Pop Tarts raw. That's
Yeah,
my
that's
classic
fair.
style. But lately, I treated myself the other day to a reheated, like, little toaster Pop Tart,
It's an
and now it's
experience.
become I'm back on my nightly toasted Pop Tart thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of feeling for one right now. Actually,
Oh,
you know what I'm
man,
saying? Like,
I do.
So I mean, I'm kind of feeling it, but
Man.
yeah, they're I mean, this sounds so stupid. This is so stupid, but like they're so good in the toaster.
They are.
But like sometimes you don't want that. So I'll get out of this eventually. I'll get like a
Oh,
little sick of it.
Right.
I'll
right.
go back to eating them out of the pack, like
Yeah.
like God intended. But at one point I'll go back again. But
Yeah.
no, that brown
Yeah.
sugar cinnamon
Start
you
back at
toasted
one.
up. The only downside is that I'm on the actual name brand Pop Tarts plan, and I'm not on my fake Pop Tarts.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Yeah.
the only thing better than a toasted real Pop Tart is a toasted fake Pop Tart.
Man,
Dead ass.
I still can't.
Publix fake Pop Tart gang.
I still can't.
They're just better.
Fake Pop Tart gang.
Fake Pop Tart gang. Like fake Pop Tarts are typically better than real Pop Tarts.
We've
man.
had this discussion. Yeah.
They don't skimp you. You know
They
what
don't.
I'm saying?
They don't skimp you.
They don't skip you
They
because let's
don't.
be 100.
Okay.
Pop Tarts are some thin, dry boys sometimes. Like
Ooh, sometimes they
you can get a rough
Sometimes you can
batch,
get the-
and their
yeah.
quality control is not as good as fake Pop Tarts.
Yeah, they
Like,
slack.
you go to
sometimes.
Publix and you get a real, like, just a box of Publix fake ass Pop Tarts.
It's
They're pretty much consistent the entire time.
because they got something to prove. That's the thing. They got to prove.
That's
that
what it
they're-
is.
That's what it is. Like when
They're just
you're
better.
when you're at the top of the game, you start to lose your edge a little bit, and I think that's what happened to Pop Tarts. So you could be onto
I
something.
think that's what happened to Pop Tarts.
It
Like,
could
yeah,
be.
because Pop Tarts have that whole, like, the only problem with Pop Tarts, they have that whole outer that's just
Yeah.
the breading shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it's just the pop because the tart stuff's inside. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
yeah. But the
They have
ketchup makes that better though.
Oh shit! True.
Oh, did I?
That's pretty good. Yeah. You just dip some of that. Can you imagine how gross it'd be if it was like Hungry Howie's or whoever has like those like crust toppers? Can you imagine if you're like, oh yeah, let me get that garlic parmesan, like,
Oh yeah,
like on the edge of your Pop Tart,
on the
bro,
edge
the
of the
garlic.
Pop-Tart.
That'd be like, nasty.
Yeah, like you go to someone's house and they just got like a whole stash of that, and they're like, "What are those for?" Oh, the Pop Tarts, bro. And it just and you're like, "What?" But then it's like
I do want to one day open up a high school locker full of unfrosted Pop Tarts.
Yes,
that'd be my dream.
That would be
my dream. Man, dude. So toaster churros are good. They just require a lot more, and you can't eat them like God intended. So like, I mean, that's why I don't usually dig them. But what killed me was that like his parents was giving him unfrosted Pop Tarts in that commercial, and I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like unfrosted Pop Tarts are for like psychopaths.
Yeah,
like if you're eating unfrosted Pop Tarts, you should be from the 50s. Like you should. That's some like 50s, like put a little butter on them. That's my great. See, my grandpa really dug the unfrosted Pop Tarts because he put butter on it.
Butter, you have something on there. Yeah,
and that's how you ran that plan back in the day.
Yeah,
back in the 60s and shit. I'm like, true. That's a different story.
It is.
However, yeah, no wonder that kid's throwing all those Pop Tarts, man. Unfrosted, get out of here, dude.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, no.
You're a cop. If you like that, if you like unfrosted Pop Tarts, you're a cop.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of cops,
I think we've old schooled turtle soup this enough. I think at this point.
Oh, I think so too. Absolutely.
This has been a real.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like just you lose. It's really like kind of refilled my sails. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good.
I was telling Eric a little bit earlier today. Like I've been a little bit burned down on the show. I think it's just from Next Mutation.
Yeah.
Or maybe just stuff in my life. I don't know. Like I'm not obviously like a breaking point. I'm not like I can't do it anymore. But I was just telling him, I was like, I get a little burned out sometimes, and like. This has refilled my sales.
Oh, absolutely.
I want you guys to know that.
It happens to me too. Like, but then like when I'm here with everybody and I see you and we're talking.
Oh, that's the big one.
It totally like reinvigorates me. And So well, speaking about getting reinvigorated, you ready to talk about this
I am.
Great expectations of a episode, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
We already did it. That's already
we already made that joke. That's right. Oh, that's the one we did the last time we seen him.
We gotta be looking for for another one here.
Guys in the chat,
we might have some.
Guys in the chat,
in the chat.
Let us know.
M's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
M's here. You know what I'm saying? He had to go fishing.
He's
back here. So it's all good. All right. You ready?
Oh, definitely. I was born ready.
Okay. Razor up 4-3. Hell yeah, let's go, boys. Next Mutation. Episode 11.
Yep.
Windfall. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
This boy was directed by Barry Julian written by Barry Julian and directed by Don McCutcheon, who has directed episodes before. Yeah, we're gonna see about this windfall. Who's got the windfall? You know what I'm saying?
Who does?
All right, you ready? Turn the TV warm up.
I had to warm it up.
Eric had to like wheel the AV cart into the room and pull that knob on that old ass TV and get it to fire up.
And it does that. It takes a second and it makes that that one
static sound. Oh my god!
Oh, it's fantastic. But it never panic.
So just very very minor, really fast. If you have Apple TV, the show Silo is worth your time. It's a good show, and I'll not get into it, but I'll say that all their technology is about these people living in this silo. They don't know why. So that's my premise. I'm in for that.
Yeah.
And all their technology is from the 90s. And it's awesome. Like all their computers like boot up weird and they have all the good sound effects.
Yeah.
And everything's very like they have a BBS that they all communicate on. And I'm like all about it.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
Silo on Apple TV. Worth your time with the SAG and writer's strike. Who knows when another season will happen, but worth your time. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Another thing worth your time is maybe this episode of Digital Expectation. You have to bear with us and see if maybe it's worth your time, maybe it's not.
Yeah. Your mileage may vary.
So we open up in an old man's little kitchen. You know what I'm saying? With a guy who this guy, I love that he's drinking coffee from a dead empty coffee pot. That's my favorite.
I didn't
is
notice
that his coffee pot is just dry.
And it's pristine.
Dry.
It's pristine.
It's
like
pristine.
There's nothing.
It looks like McDonald's before it opens.
Right.
Like,
yes.
And he's got his golden ticket. Now,
He does.
I'm not calling him Grandpa Joe. He doesn't do anything in this episode to make him seem Grandpa Joe. If anything, he's kind of gangsta.
He's kind of gangsta.
So I'm not throwing those allegations. Everyone knows Grandpa Joe's a piece of shit.
Piece of
like
shit.
For Willy Wonka, we just
yeah.
can't even. That's just been concluded.
Yeah.
But this old man is mumbling to himself about over the music, mumbling to himself about his winning lottery ticket. He's got a winning lottery ticket,
right?
And before he can really sip off of that cup of coffee that no one knows where it came from,
right?
That old kid's tea set coffee that he's drinking, with no tea in it. Silver shows up. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Silver breaks into this guy's apartment. How do you do?
So
with
good.
a full load of gang members, and he knows he's got that golden ticket. You know what I mean? And he wants the ticket.
He's so good.
Well, the old man is like gangsta, dude. Like, you got to remember, this is the 90s. This guy probably dead ass fought in World War II. So he's just like, I'm used to seeing thugs like you. You know what I'm saying? And here's what we do with that. I do a tactical retreat to my bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I hold the ticket out the window. Say, come get it over my dead old body. Right. Well, Silver is basically like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And goes to charge him. Ticket flies out the window because the old man spazzes because you charged him. I mean, a
giant monkey man charged him. Yeah. And
yeah, absolutely. And the guy's kind of like, gorilla, would you monkey? And it's like, he's like, yeah, see? And he goes to get the thing, but guess what? Boop, flies right over.
Yep.
So it goes down and flutters down through the sewer and gets stuck on no one else's foot but our friend Michelangelo. You know what I'm saying? Or Michelangelo, if you're dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He's singing a song that I think I've heard you sing before, but never anywhere else.
I don't know
about like found a peanut, which I swear to God you told me that, or you were singing that.
Interesting.
Or your wife was saying, y'all ever sing Found a Peanut? And we're like, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's probably what it was. That sounds like something Shannon, my wife, would say.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's it sounds like some Yankee shit.
It totally
he says, like, he's like, found a peanut. And I'm like, this is the grossest thing ever, because there's like this like sticky ticket on the bottom of his foot. And he's like walking through the sewer and he's like talking about found a peanut.
Gross.
You know what I mean? And I searched my brain archives for like, and I was like, the only reference I could pull up was found a tomato. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what this is. So it was kind of like what it was. I want you to know really fast, this is full of tangents. That thing you said the other episode about how your dad was like, they called the ambulance for your dad. You said, Dad, is there anything you want to get out of your pockets before they get here? And when you said he pulled out a tomato.
Yeah.
At the time I laughed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
At the time I was like, oh, that's a good one.
Right. Yeah.
I did about 2 days later. I was on the back porch by myself.
Oh, okay.
And I was just thinking about that story. I was like, yeah, I hope I need to text Eric and make sure that Dave is doing good after all that and stuff. And I just got this image of like him like looking at you, kind of like, can I trust you? And you're like, come on, Dad, like, come on, let's go. And he reaches. I saw that plump, perfect tomato come out of his pocket, and I died, dude. I belly laughed out there, and
that's so good.
Just Alicia was home, and she thought I was crazy, but it had like a 2-day rerun, like kick back on me. I just want you to know that that got that value. That the tomato out of the pocket got that value. Dude.
Oh. Yeah, because I knew you'd like it. I knew you'd appreciate it.
It was really good.
But
I really appreciate it.
And you gave me a fair amount of response the first time. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was funny when you said it.
Yeah, of course.
But man, it got me back on that shit again later.
Oh, that's so good.
It boomeranged on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like a certain Outback somebody we won't talk about it anymore.
Oh, we don't talk about it. Oh.
So Mikey gets back to the lair and eventually goes, oh, this thing's on my foot. This is gross. Wait a minute. That's a bunch of money. So he's like, that's a bunch of money. So he's like, man. And he's looking at the paper, and that ticket is worth $112 million, which is $214 million in today's money, if you were curious.
Oh, man.
So that just thinking $214 million.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with. So, of course, Silver and his gang show up in the sewers looking because they saw the ticket go down there.
Yeah.
Dan Clark, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Dan Clark. I'm dead. Okay, stop. Okay, I need to explain that joke. There's a reel. And I should have sent it to one of you or Preston because like I can't find it anymore.
Okay.
And it was just this guy that was acting like a classic like YouTube bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, what up, YouTube?" He's like, "Today I'm going to the doctor as a prank."
What?
And he goes to the. He said something like, "Yes. He's like outside the doctor's office. I'm going to the doctor as a prank."
Okay.
And, you know, the only institution that doc went to was Gotham University or whatever, and like, and he's got the classic like Logan Paul hair, and he just looks like that dude.
Yeah.
It just hard cuts to him, and the guy's like, "Peter, you have stage 4 cancer."
Oh shit.
And he's like, he goes, "No, I'm good without that. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thanks, doc.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thanks."
Yeah,
he's
don't
like,
do that.
"No, serious." And the rest of the bit is him like coming to grips with it, but still acting like YouTube bro.
Oh.
So at one point he's like, "You might want to start making your arrangements."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You mean like say goodbye?" And he's like, "Yes." And he goes, "Okay, well, whew. Shout out Logan Paul. I'm dead. Subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button." And he starts like break down a little bit. It got me. And now I can't find it. I cannot find that reel.
Yeah, no.
Anywhere. At one point he says something and the doctor misunderstood him. He goes, "Got him, these nuts.
Oh,
got him.
Of course.
Got him, these nuts." And it was so funny, dude.
That's so good.
Anyway,
have you ever had
say shout out Logan Paul, I'm dead. That's what that is. That's for everything.
Have you ever had a doctor say "got him, D's nuts"? And have you ever had that? Because it's funny.
No,
it's later. It's funny, but at the moment you don't like it.
The only doctor that said "got him, D's nuts" is the doctor they told me to go see.
Oh man, did he give you the whole 8?
And I did listen up closely.
Yeah.
And that's what they told me.
That's
you know
what
I'm
they told
saying?
me.
It's like all that. So anyway, nothing against Dan Clark, executive consultant. He's not dead.
No.
Shout out Logan Paul, I'm dead. You know what I mean? Because that's just genius. I got my kids on that. My kids have been running around like, "Shout out Logan Paul, I'm dead." Like anytime they get wrecked, they say that.
Of course.
Like Kara got wrecked with like a bunch of homework, and she's like, "Well, I mean, yeah, I just looked at my teacher and said, 'Shout out Logan Paul, I'm dead.'"
Oh my god,
that's brilliant. Anyway, tangent the episode.
Yep.
So yeah. So Silver and his gang show up in the sewers. You know what I'm saying? Looking for that golden ticket. You know what I'm saying? The turtles. Okay. So they hear Mikey yelling from the lair about how he's Grandpa Joe. And he's wanting the ticket. Okay. He's literally shouting this. All the turtles show up, and Mikey is acting weird, so they think he's crazy. But then eventually he starts. They get clued on the fact that he's got the money. Do you know what I'm saying? That he's got that ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's got the moon money. And all of a sudden, all the turtles start dreaming of what they could do with Mikey's money. Yeah. Look at that face right there.
I love this.
Look at the face of Dumb.
This is probably my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes in this episode. Just seeing how much like Leo and Dawn get like totally like just out of their minds about like the possibilities of what they could do with actual money. Like
that's the face that a person who capes for billionaires makes when that billionaire posts like a meme that's like somewhat populist.
Yes.
They're like, "Me? You're talking about me?" That's what that is.
That is exactly it.
Anyway. So that's the look of the eye in the eye. That's the look of a guy who is like, I could use his money to do something for myself.
Right.
And Mikey's like, "Look, man, we can have all those things maybe, but like at the same time, it's also my money." So starting to lay in a little bit of a money's the root of all evil, greed, easier to fit through the eye of a needle kind of shit. They're already kind of like laying this in right now. So there you go. The sewer alarm goes off though, and Donnie investigates and figures out, wait a minute, there's people in the sewer.
Yeah.
That scene was worthless.
Right.
They're like, "Wait, who is it? There's people. Okay, let's go find them." And they easily find Silver because Silver's literally like,
he's just
walking around like, "Hey boys, find that goddamn ticket." And it was like, it's like obviously he heard Mikey, so like no one's being stealthy here.
Yeah. No.
I smell a lot of tickets. And sure enough, they have a confrontation.
They do.
Now, of course, like, Silver starts kind of like walking into this thing like the mob boss he is. "Look, I'm looking for a little something I lost." You know what I'm saying? And I'm just down here looking for a little something that was a fair transaction with and they're like, And Mikey's like, I got the golden ticket. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like he can't help himself. Like eventually he just spouts out.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I got the golden ticket. Oh my god, I can't. So they're gonna fight. A thug grabs the ticket off Mikey, which leads to a fight where the ticket goes everywhere.
Right. The thing that
Now,
I thought was interesting about this whole scene is that like Leo gets really bent out of shape about being called Greenie constantly. In the subtitles it says greedy, but which is kind of interesting that it
makes sense for the
it makes
episode,
sense,
right?
but yeah, but he keeps saying Greenie. Or unless I heard it wrong, but there's a literal scene where Leo towards the end of this fight scene is just on the ground just like sobbing like my name is Leo, like I'm not, like he had a dream where he talked to that turtle again, and like it was so weird, but
that is
yeah,
really weird.
but this fight scene was
also
interesting.
It was. So like, once again, this episode's more fight than anything, because every time they do the gag, I give them credit for having a plan of like everyone literally is going to have the lottery ticket at one point, and they have to you have to choreograph that and you have to edit that right so that it all makes sense. And so production wise, I never lost track of who had the ticket.
Yeah.
I thought that they got tickets from each other in an interesting way every time. Right.
Yeah.
So shout out to that. But personally, me, I'm like the keep away game. I'm like over it in like 3 people's thing. Like it could be like the best shot version of like everyone has the thing.
Right.
I'm kind of done after like 30 seconds of everyone has a thing. Like I'm out. Right. It starts to feel like filler. You know what I'm saying? It starts to feel like that edge of the name brand Pop-Tart, that good that cool that cool half an inch of zero flavor that they have on the outside.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it feels like to me. So I'm kind of like, okay. So Mikey gets the ticket back. It goes around. At one point, Leo cuts everybody's pants off.
Yes. This is insane.
Zorro's, in a I feel like very 90s Zorro-esque moment, manages to undo everyone's pants.
Yeah.
I couldn't get around enough, but I thought that every thug had on one of the Turtles bandana colors. Underwear.
Oh,
I know I saw blue, purple, and I think that guy there has red.
Here we go.
Oh, there's is that pink?
It looks pink.
Yeah, there's a red. Okay, so it's almost every turtle color except for the orange.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because that would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing.
Like, if it was the 4 original Turtles, like I'd been like, that's I love that. They got most of the way there.
Right.
I did like this joke a little bit because and Mikey keeps saying this is like a nightmare. That's what he just keeps saying. This is like some kind of weird nightmare, man. This is like some nightmare you never wake up from, man. Man, this is like a nightmare. I'm like, I get it. So everyone's pants are cut off, but despite this, Silver gets the ticket back, and those dudes with their pants around their ankles whip the Turtles' butt.
Yeah.
They beat them down.
Totally.
And they win literally with their pants around their ankles, and it's a real bad scene.
Right.
The gang leaves, and there's your boy. My name's not Greenie.
Oh, yeah.
This line was great. That was rather embarrassing. I got beat. What's the next panel? Because you got the other one too, right?
By 4 guys with no pants.
By 4 guys with no pants. Yeah. That was kind of funny. That I did appreciate that. And it comes up again later, the no pants on, and I do like that. And
they one quick thing about Venus's fight scene, she throws her bomb that's now like a sticky bomb, I guess. And it gets this one dude, and they keep him there, and they just say bye, but they say thank you for sticking around because he can't leave. And
that was pretty funny.
That just got me. So I enjoyed the fight scene, at least. I totally concede your point about like the who has it kind of passing around thing. Because even in movie 2, when they do that with the ooze, that kind of got a little old real fast.
Yeah.
At least here, for some reason the pants gag, like it might seem obvious for me, I guess, I don't know, but the pants gag kind of worked in a weird way. But I
think it worked. I think it worked because they reference it here and they reference it later. It becomes like an inside joke. I think that's good.
Right.
And that that style of humor doesn't really happen in this show. So I do appreciate that. That's a little bit more like around this time, adult sitcom writing, right? Where like
Yes.
something happens and then the joke keeps coming up and you have a little inside joke for that episode.
Right.
Seinfeld does that, Friends did it,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I like that technique a lot. It doesn't happen here usually, so I'm
Right.
kind of like into that it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gang leaves basically like, well, I guess I'm gonna go cash this ticket in, and you know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have no pants on, and they
Yeah.
leave. And yeah, the gang leaves them sticking around, and this guy's sticking around.
Just sticking around.
Thanks for sticking around.
I would like to think that they know that whatever they put on the ground, or whatever that was in that bomb or whatever, it will dissipate after a while, because you want to think that these turtles are not ruthless and just gonna
I like
leave
to
a dude down
think
here.
that this guy just takes his shoes off.
You know, Ryan, up
Like,
until
he
this
just
point,
takes
I
his shoes
did
off.
not think about that, but that is exactly what he could have done. But then again, you got to remember he's in the sewer, so it's
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be great to walk out of
No.
it in your stocking feet, if you will. But what I will say is that I think he's too dumb to think about that now.
yeah,
But given a little time, he will take those shoes off and he'll get out
that's
of that.
true.
Because
That's true.
the puddle of the stuff is only about the size of like a shoebox.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
take like two shoe boxes and like put them together,
Right.
and that's about the squarish size you have. So he could definitely step around it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm just like him. I totally didn't think about that until you just said that. But still, like I don't know. And again, I'm gonna just say I love Silver so much. I love the way that he walked in here, just kept it cool, and he was cool almost the entire time. Just chill. And
I do like, yeah.
I love that juxtaposition of the turtles acting like they're a little rash, and they're just kind of like just unhinged a little bit almost, and okay, which is contrary to them being ninjas. But then Silver's just like coming in there almost as if he's already won, like he knows he's already won.
No,
And
I like the Silver approaches
Great.
them as like another group of like anthropomorphic animals, and
Yeah.
a little bit like, do we have to fight over this, or can we just have an understanding? Like, I do like that aspect instead of just like kill on sight,
Right.
which is what most enemies are.
Yes, absolutely. And they're just these I've loved these Silver episodes. But yeah, so the turtles head back home, and they're continuing to talk about their glorious ideas of what they'll do with the money. Specifically, Leonardo keeps talking about like his ninja hut or whatever he's wanting to call it, and it's kind of weird, but he's like,
that's pretty good.
insistent. Yeah, I'm about it though. And they try to explain to Splinter the whole situation. Splinter's like, "Hey, give me your phone." Like they're pulling some Gary guy, give me your phone.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's your phone?
Once
That's what he does.
When I saw this, I saw your dad just like superimposed as Splinter, and vice versa. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like, give me your phone.
You just gotta you just get, all you're missing is the blood.
All of the blood squirt out. Yeah, that's it. All you're missing is
All
the
you're missing
blood.
is all the blood. Yep.
And so yeah, Splinter is just, he knows something's up. He knows something's afoot.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's not having it. So they're trying to explain the whole situation, and it's all of them like talking at once, and he gets really irritated about it. He's like, "Do y'all have to do that? Like, that's so annoying." And I'm like, "Thank you, Splinter. Why does anyone do that? That's so asinine." But yeah, so he's like they're all talking to Splinter. Splinter tells Mikey to forget it, that there are a lot of problems with claiming that ticket. Like, you're going to have to find a way to do it and get up there and not be seen, which, you know, that's going to be an issue.
Yep.
All this stuff.
Expose us to
Yes.
all this stuff.
And that was something.
It was an old man's ticket. It's not your ticket.
All the stuff,
like
all the dad stuff you don't want to hear when you've got $2 million in your hand. And yeah,
214 million.
214 million, excuse me. There's a difference. There's a total difference.
Yeah.
A big difference. Let's see. So he gets like, he does all that, and then he tells the turtles to go on just with making dinner. Actually, I think he tells Michelangelo to specifically go on and make dinner, which from what I've seen of the show, he's the one who makes dinner. He's the one who does all the cooking, which I kind of,
he does cook a lot.
I kind of love that. Like, if they make him the de facto, chef of the group, I'm kind of all about that. And yeah, so So Splinter kind of like just walks away or whatever, and Mikey's still just like super pissed about the lottery ticket and all this. And Venus and Leo try to remind everybody about Splinter's, ruling, and that, like, that he's,
Leave it alone.
yeah, and that
Like,
he's saying what he said makes sense, but and we get your feelings, but Splinter's dad, he's old dad, so like, we need to do what he says. And his advice is always solid, is what they say. And so but there's still this, like, they're still trying to like negotiate, and I kind of love that, because this is indicative of them being children without being annoying, I guess, in my opinion. Like, it felt like this is something that I could see myself doing as a former child. And I don't know, I guess I'm just sensationalizing the idea of
it's got the feel of like your parent said one thing,
right,
but you and your friends start like trying to like all of a sudden become like family rule lawyers. Like, you're in your room going, well, I mean, technically mom didn't know about this part of it.
right.
So actually what you could do is this. And they're like, they're working themselves up and finding their way to like get to a place where they have a mandate to go get the goddamn ticket, because they really want it. Basically.
Right. And they just like, I love it because they're thinking that they're going to have some sort of rationale that's going to appeal to Splinter's logic, that's going to make him flip the script. And I don't know, Splinter's not usually one to do that. So I'm kind of that for some reason that just like stuck out to me. But anyway, so yeah, they keep going back and forth. They come up with a plan to try to like take it back, and to try to get the big green back, if you will. And so they figure out how to trace Silver and his gang, and they trace it back to where is it? Central Park. Let me pull up the old map here. Yeah, the thermal scan.
Oh yeah.
And we can find them there. So certified turtlefied, your boys jump in the loudest vehicles possible, and they what does Raph say? Raff and roll. And
Raff and roll.
Yeah. So they head over there, and apparently in this area is where Silver's awesome theme park of an apartment is. And
like Lydia's mom from Beetlejuice designed that shit.
Oh, literally, yes. Or like
O'Hara doing that.
Or it used to be a rock like it used to be like a Discovery Zone, but like the realtor is trying to sell it to Silver, and Silver's like, she's like, they're like, you can change all of this, and he's like, no, keep it. No. I love this.
No, leave it on.
Yeah, I'm a gorilla. I love the vine. This is made for me.
Yeah.
And so so they we get this like just this swanky Manhattan abode from that we saw last time we saw Silver.
Yeah,
and
it's weird because the establishing shots for his abode before was like a big building in Manhattan, like a the top story, like a penthouse.
Right.
Now he's like underground in Central Park, and it's like the same place.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he has two identical ones, and this is just his secondary base. Like,
hey man,
I don't know. But I do love that it's very Batman 66.
100%.
And I'm all about that and totally here for
like
this.
Being a villain is your whole ass identity, down to like everything you own.
Yes.
Is like themed to your weird villain king. Yeah.
Right. And
pretty great.
He comes in and he's given me that total Joker whenever the 89 Batman, when Joker is in the art museum and Prince starts playing and he starts like going around and him and Bob are just like ruining all the paintings. It's just
100%.
so good. And just I love it so much. And then the Turtles come up and they ruin everything. So they just bust in. They're gonna bust in him, and they come in, smoke bombs everywhere, and Donnie. And I love this because it's like, this isn't even Donatello's ticket, but he's like, hand over our lotto ticket. Like, he's like, so. And it's that thing where you see people change once money's involved. Like they throw a lot of stuff to the side, and they're like, no, like give me that money. And so they start fighting, and Donnie shoots this he gets all set up, and they take a couple of quick shots away from him while he's setting up, and he's making this whole play like he's the modern outdoorsman, like he's doing like a like almost like a, not necessarily a Steve Irwin, but more of like a like someone who's a big game hunter that's going
Yeah,
out,
some
like
kind of
almost
hunting documentary or something.
like if
Yeah.
Simon Bonesteel was like sane and
Yes.
he was had a TV show where he was hunting people, and apparently his bow staff can shoot or well can launch a net, and
Yep.
let's see, I don't know if I have an image of him actually catch. I don't, but yeah, it just launches and it catches a whole bunch of the thugs, and it's just like a whole kerfuffle and stuff. So they just
And
have
he's
all
doing that ostensibly without NetTasa certification, which is a little
absolutely.
weird.
It's Turtlefied certified, but not Natasa certified. So you gotta
Correct.
you gotta get in contact with her. But then the most brutal thing happens. So at some point, Silver is standing on like a ledge, and Raphael, your boy, just comes up with them size and just whoop, shink right into his feet, and just basically pegs him to the just to the
Yeah.
floor or to the shelf or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's just, I was like, that's so wild that they did that. But yeah, then they again more of the whole I've got the ticket, and it just keeps going back and forth.
Yeah.
Venus gets it, everyone else gets it. Then eventually, I think one of the turtles gets it, and Leonardo apologizes for the mess, and they take off and just leave. Your boy Silver just like needing some ice because his feet are all poked holes in them, and that's just.
Ooh.
I don't know that I've ever seen Raphael poke holes in someone's feet before. So that's I don't know.
It's a valid tactic.
It is. I'm kind of like you want to think that maybe Silver like had a split second and split his toes, but like and it just bruised him a little bit. But I don't know. Like if that's like
It could have gone like between his toes or gone through the front of his boots or something. But like he's hurt. So later in the episode, you see that his like whole like calves are wrapped up and stuff. So like something like happened to him in there. Like it really messed up like below the knee on him completely, which I don't know. He fell at some point when he was still like secured to that shelf or whatever. So I think that could have been he like hyperextended all that. I don't know.
Right. And so but that's how that fight ended. And again, now the turtles have the ball, and it's now fourth and down. No, I was trying to do a sports analogy.
Fourth and down,
say
baby.
that they flipped over. But
it's fourth and down.
But yeah, so the turtles head home with the ticket. Fourth and down.
Fourth and down converted. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
What's old is new again. Well, they come running into the house like certified, goddamn millionaires. Yeah, suck it, Silver. Like all this shit. And old dad once again looking for that phone.
Looking for it
again. He's in the whitey tighties. Don't believe what you see on the screen. You know what I'm saying? All it is a pair of Hanes, and he is so mad he's inside out boyed himself back around to calm.
Yeah,
which is.
Yeah. That's
not where you want to be at all.
No.
So
that's like the eye of the storm.
He lays into him about this shit, you know. And here's the deal: you get some interesting stuff, right? Because this episode's been a little bit rope a dope, a little bit of everyone's got the ticket, okay. And it's all right because we're kind of paying it off a bit. So the show's been pretty good about this. So at one point, Raph tells Splinter that it's not their fault that he can't see a way out of the sewer.
It's true.
Basically saying like you're so set in your ways and all this stuff like that, but we want more than that, because he does mention like, dude, like again about the money and about how like you can't have the money. It would fuck up literally everything would be bad.
Yeah.
So like, what's up? And Raph's like, well, it's not our fault. And then Splinter kind of counters like, well, first of all, like you're so blind by your anger. Like he kind of lets it loose. He's like, you're so blind about by your anger and all your dumb stuff that like you can't see how, number one, like the secrecy of living down here is what lets us exist.
Right.
And number two, it keeps us humble.
And it keeps them from getting milked.
That it also stops the milking.
Yeah. So very important.
He's like, but yeah, that keeps us humble down here, actually. So how about that?
Mm-hmm.
And then then Mikey is like, well, I'll step into this weed eater myself. You know what I mean? Like I'll step right into this running weed eater. He goes
next in line.
Well, like, why should that money be wasted on some old dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
He made that point before. He said, like, yeah, he got stolen by a guy who's in his like 90s or whatever. Like, what's the point?
Right. But how old is Splinter?
Well, because Splinter's back and he's like old.
Yeah.
And Mikey takes one look at Splinter and goes like, oh, I messed up.
Yep. No.
So then he like comes back to his, senses, and he's like, okay, no, I've messed up. Like, I am going to give the ticket back to that guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So Bob gave him back the ticket. You hear some throwaway line about how he's on the way to like a whale sightseeing cruise or something.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, whale done, dude, or whatever. Um, and so yeah, so the return the ticket, and then the turtles run into Silver again in the sewer,
Yes.
which I thought was really weird because like Silver has no reason to be back in there now.
I don't know that Splinter or that Silver knew that they had given him the ticket back. I don't think that he knew, but I could be mistaken.
Oh,
That he was
that
coming.
makes sense. Like, so he's coming again for it.
Right.
Well, yeah, like so Silver is on like a hand cart,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and you can see there that below the knees is like ultra like basically in a cast almost.
Yeah.
So he may have broke like that. I don't know what that bone's called. That's a hard one to break.
Yeah.
Like only like football players break that one. But
Right.
in reality, if your feet were like nailed down to a thing and you fell forward,
Yeah.
those could go.
Those could go.
I mean, depending.
Yeah.
I mean, like your knees would probably hyperextend backwards and pop first. But
Right.
like, look, I'm not a monkey,
neologist?
anthropomorphic ape scientist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But on the anatomy. But I'm just saying, like that all looks wrecked to me.
It does. It does.
And so the turtles do tell him that. And then Silver, I think it's the only real last thing at the end is Silver, like, basically says, okay, cool. Now we're actually, like, he calls them blood enemies.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I guess if that game's over, we got to find another game to play or whatever. And
here he looks like he's about to say, "Welcome to Death Row." On this image, that's what you're about.
Welcome to the row.
Yeah.
No, that's a real Suge Knight energy going on right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, shout out to Silver for finally having a diverse member of the gang. Is all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here we go. What's progress, boys?
I saw that dude. I saw that dude in the first fight, I think, and I didn't get to share the screenshot, but it's of him fighting Venus, which I thought was neat. And it's this one right here. There's your boy. A gentleman doesn't sneak up on a lady. Like, she's super pissed about it because he got the drop on her. And
I mean, like, well, I always say this because I'm just surprised that like a black man would tolerate this crazy shit. Like,
that's
to be
true.
100. Like that's the only part about like about having the diversity. I'm all about it, but like, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so like a black man in the 90s,
okay,
is going to be hanging out with these dudes, all talking like gangsters in a world where no one does. And there's an ape man who says like, so I blew a little cash.
Right.
I feel like that guy be like, yeah, this is dumb.
Well, let me give you this.
I feel like it's a very white guy thing to do.
It does seem like a very white.
I'm in the gang with the ape man. I talk like it's the 20s.
And look at
my guy be like, I'm not with this shit.
Look at all my colorful suits.
Yes, this guy be like, I mean, the colorful suits are awesome.
But you know they are, but definitely like it's interesting. It's a look. But here's the thing. So think about Ghostbusters for a second. So Winston, like, he couldn't find a job, so he got a job with the Ghostbusters. This guy could just be down on his luck. So could you imagine, like, you just see an ad in a paper that says join Monkey Gang, good pay, benefits, all that stuff. And then your boys just like shows up and it's like, oh, I get to dress pretty nice. Oh, that's cool. Okay. And then there's a talking monkey. Okay, sure. Okay. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, day 2, you're in the sewers and you're fighting turtles. And yeah, that's just wild.
There's
so
probably like little, there's probably like little things that appeal to him, but he's definitely looking to move on.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a transitional job. Yeah,
because it is like, it sounds like solely like a really weird white guy's game to be like, check out my suit and I'm actually a gangster, you know.
Yeah.
And this guy's just like, yeah, I might stay with the gang for a little bit.
Right. I got some feelers out.
So this anthropomorphic animal actually, like, he does get us paid because, like, if it's a really weird one, the turtles stop us, apparently, is what they say. But then when the turtles are busy, like, rope-a-doping somebody else, like, we just actually rob real banks and get paid.
Yeah.
Having to dance in formation with him when he's got his money is a little not my style. But I'll deal with it, but I'm not using the accent.
Yeah, no,
like I'm not gonna lower
not,
myself to that.
No.
I'm not gonna use the accent. I'm gonna be me. Like, my name's Tom. I talk like this. That's my name, and I'm not gonna change it to like Zippy or something weird.
No.
And that's how we're gonna do this.
That's amazing.
Um, but yeah, good for diversity. That he's got the best hat,
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know. I think they're all pretty
The
good.
black on pink's hot fire.
Black on pink is a good
He
look.
knows.
He
Yeah,
does know. He does know. So,
he knows.
um
Maybe he'll bring some common sense to those guys.
hopefully.
But yeah, that's the episode.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's how they did it.
That is how
Eric,
they did it.
what are your thoughts on this one? This is how we do. I can see being able to see Montel Jordan do "This Is How We Do It" live was awesome.
I gotta say,
and bro, it was a Friday night,
that's amazing.
so the feeling's right.
No,
No,
the feeling's right.
it was pretty great.
You know how many people got
It
pregnant
was-
that night? Ooh,
Oh my
goodness.
God.
Goodness gracious. I mean,
The best
I
part
probably
is-
am.
The best part is Montel comes out to "This Is How We Do It," like the backbeat.
Oh, okay.
Everyone thinks he's gonna run that plan. He sings a little of it and then just goes into another song
Yeah.
and then played "This Is How We Do It" last.
Oh,
at the end.
of course. Yeah.
So you
that's
get a
amazing.
taste.
Oh, just
That
a
was
hint.
that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
That's
Yeah.
that's excellent.
Anyway, go ahead.
So this episode, I agree with your sentiments that it does kind of feel like a nothing burger. Like it feels like it's just kind of filler. However, the hallmarks of this episode that make it great is Silver. Silver carries this episode as far as the entertainment value. Like he is, like when, at least for me, when he's on screen, I am like glued to it. Like I love this. And it could be my proclivity towards all things that are like the 66 Batman, that I just loved that show as a kid, and back in the 60s when I was watching it on TV live. And then I just, oh my goodness, you scared me for a half second because I thought the screen froze again. I thought you froze
sorry.
because you were just looking at something,
No.
and I was like, oh snap, did he die?
I locked eyes with I
shout out
locked
to
eyes
Logan Paul.
with
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
with
And I
Armageddon.
locked eyes with him, and I was just stuck on him for a
That's
minute.
what
Yeah,
happens.
no, shout out Logan Paul. I was almost dead.
But see, that's what happens to me with Silver. I lock it, like if NECA can put, NECA, get me a Silver. Come on, NECA, I know you're listening. Get me a Silver figure because, geez, I love this guy, and I'll buy his whole
chunky
gang
boy.
too. But I really love how petty this episode kind of feels too. That the whole I get that it's annoying, but there's a charm to it that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The fact that there wasn't so heavy too. However, though, when Splinter comes in with that real deal, and you see the turtles flip flop with their what was it, Leonardo's Ninja Hut, and Donnie just getting all the
Ninja
satellites and
Hut.
everything. Like I liked
Yeah.
seeing that, but at the same time, it does feel a little weird and it's understated. But you mentioned it about how Silver says that now their blood, they have a blood vendetta, or they're basically more rivals than they were before, and that's, I don't know. There's something about that I think is cool, but like, yeah, I'm not going to really argue with you too much about how it did kind of feel like a very quick nothing episode. But I still,
Yeah, that's
entertaining.
definitely that's kind of how it felt to me. Like, I got brought up a little bit talking to you. So,
yeah,
like I said, it didn't fully, the Eric exposure didn't really like
Right.
get me all the way to all the way to midnight.
midnight, yeah,
But I was pretty close to 6 on it.
yeah,
Like nothing in this episode offends you. It's not
No.
like badly written or like annoying or whatever. It's not like that. It was just a perfectly fine kind of filler episode. And I try to tell myself too that sometimes there's a bit of like a layer of like when you're having to like review it, that like you need to kind of
definitely.
like, I always try to like roll that back a bit and try to
Yeah.
put myself in a mindset of like, I just watched this.
yeah,
I didn't make notes on it. I didn't like kind of, I don't say I peer deep, but I look in to see, okay, are there threads I want to bring up on the show and stuff
Right.
like that, content that I want to bring out. And when you're looking deep into it a little bit sometimes, and then you get like a fart noise and then like someone falls in the poop, like you get a little like more annoyed at it, right? Because you're looking for
absolutely.
something better than what you're getting, right? And that could be
Yeah.
a little irritating.
yeah,
At the same time, it was a harmless episode.
Yeah.
I do like that they brought a little of the money thing in, and you had some of that stuff at the end where they're obviously having problems with Splinter about, how they see things different, and old dad has to, school them morally and ethically. I appreciate that. Seeing a legacy villain come back on the show is always good. That just adds to the stock of this show to me.
right,
The more you can bring back your regular villains, the more you can build on that. the more like the next time they see Silver, if Silver's got a different attitude, now it's like almost like a territory war at this point with him, maybe.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like he remembers it. You know what I'm saying? He
Yes.
remembers their past interactions, and now it's a thing.
And it rewards you as the viewer
Yes,
because
it
you
does.
paid the time. I'm going to cut you off real quick because you just mentioned this, and I want to talk about this. What do you think made this episode not as good as the last time we saw Silver? Because the last time we saw Silver, I think we loved that episode, and this time,
Which episode was hilarious.
yeah, but like I want to say that it might be because there was more moving parts to it. That you had the whole thing where he had the money vacuuming it, the money, and then there was the safe blowing it up and stuff like that. There was a lot more. There was more beats to the story. This one didn't really have any beats.
Well, and what's kind of cool is like you actually weirdly for an episode that was just Silver and the Turtles, you didn't really get a lot of Silver. Weirdly, just like you didn't get a lot of him because there's a lot of fighting and stuff. I think what we really liked about when Silver first appeared and why that episode felt superior was that Silver and Gold, the episode that we're mentioning, by the way.
Yeah.
If you want to go back, is that we got a good look at how I think a big thing we took away was how he acts different than other villains.
Yes.
That he does have a calm thing. Like when you know, that guy radios in and says like, oh, I found the turtles. He's like, or there's a bunch of turtles out here. He goes, God, what? This city's going to hell. What's going on with that? Why is there so many weird things going on? Like, he's like, all right, tell you what, come on back. And like, he doesn't have that like, oh, blasted turtle like attitude.
Right.
And he has that here. He approaches them in a very like, hey, let's sit down and have a talk about this kind of thing. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of it's just the fact that it's all to do about this one ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They did one of those like, oh, this episode's about one thing and it's so clever. It's like, well, and like I said, editing was great in the fact that like, you know, once again, the worst thing is we're going to keep away with the lottery ticket, and then the editing or the blocking is so bad we don't know who's got the ticket, right?
Yeah,
or it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like now Venus has a ticket. How'd she get the ticket?
Right.
You could see the chain of custody through all of it. I bet it was a blast to make.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Just to sit down and write and then rehearse and block and then edit and shoot. The idea of like everyone's gotta get their hands on the ticket. How do we do it?
Yeah.
Like how's it go place to place? That's got to be really fun to do.
Oh, absolutely.
However, like we were talking about, a little bit of that crust of the Pop-Tart. You know what I'm saying? A little of that, like, well, I get enough of that. I don't know if I'm ever going to get my frosting back. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't put my butter, so I'm SOL. You know what I mean? It's the worst Pop-Tart experience ever.
Right.
But that's how I am. Let us know how you are, dear viewer, by hitting us up at turtlesoupshow@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm taking it. I'm doing it. Turtlesoupshow at gmail.com. That's the hotline. You know what I'm saying? You can reach out to us, let us know what's going on. Turtlesoupshow.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes, all of our music projects, all of our various stuff like that. Obviously, we're on YouTube. We are on Facebook, the Turtle Soup Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people joining the group, not answering the questions.
Oh, dang.
And
really?
I got to tell you, I'm going to start making this more of a thing that we need to add to the end roll of the show.
Okay.
Facebook group is great. Okay. It's great. I get a lot of requests and a lot of moderation alerts on people that want to join that have not answered the questions. The questions are ultra simple. I think it's like name a turtle and like, do you promise not to be an asshole? That's literally the two questions.
Yeah.
If you don't answer those, I have to go and look at your profile.
Right.
And figure out if you're fake or not.
Yeah. If you're phony. We don't need any phonies.
If that's not what they told us, if you don't look like family.
If you say
like,
clang.
If you say clang or appear to be clangy in any way, I don't let you in the group because I don't need porn on the group.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I'm not going to do it. And literally, guys, you don't really want me approving or disapproving you because in my book, you need to have been a member of Facebook for like the last 15 years and have groups in common with other listeners and like all these things that make me think you're not a bot. Okay.
Right.
Just saying, turtlesoupshow@gmail.com. If you've got a request in on the Facebook and you're like, I'm a real person, why have I not been approved? Write us an email and say, hey, turtlesoupshow@gmail.com. I've been waiting to get approved for the group and my name is whatever. Tell Ryan to like, I'm not a bot.
Right.
But if you're not a member of the group and want to join, just answer those damn questions.
Yeah.
Because then you just get in the group and it's all good.
And
And
it's
it's
fun.
all good. Okay.
It's good people.
Anyway, we're on Insta. You know what I'm saying? We're on X. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
We are on. That's so weird to say.
It is. I don't
Why
like
do
it. I don't think we use it.
Why
If
not
we are
that?
on it, we don't use it.
Whatever.
But you know,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just trying to spread the footprint, bro.
I get
And yeah, and rate, review, subscribe to the
Yeah.
podcast if you're on any of the audio only forms. And remember, most Thursdays we want to come back with some more chef specials and stuff. We just recently had a lot of stuff going on, frankly.
Yeah.
On my side, Alicia is kind of doing the writing thing full time. The it's awesome, it's so good. The only downside is like she does have like kind of edit deadlines and a lot of stuff that being more involved, which is great. Her career is
Right.
doing really good. That puts me a little bit on my back foot sometimes
Yeah.
when it comes to doing stuff. However, these things aren't like forever, right? Like
Right.
edit deadlines are edit deadlines, and then it's okay.
Yeah.
We're getting at the end of that right now. Anyway, so we want to come back with more chef specials and do stuff. We have some emails we want to do on chef specials and stuff too, so don't think we forgot about that.
Yeah.
But thanks for being patient with us while we've been kind of just doing the primes every other week lately.
Right. Yeah.
Also, there's a comment in chat that says, I think it was John Clement, says, "I'm surprised you're doing Next Mutation one episode at a time."
Yeah. Well, that's probably going to change.
Funny you mentioned that.
Yeah. So the plan is
Yeah.
that next episode we're going to do one more of these, just the one more, and then following that
One time.
one time, and
time?
yeah. So following that, we go into a 4-parter, if I'm not mistaken, and at least according to Wikipedia. And from then on, we're gonna do so it would be 2 episodes from now. We're gonna start doing 2 Next Mutation episodes per Turtles Soup Prime episode. So yeah, 2 for 1, and
2 for 1.
That should get us through pretty quickly and get us onto some other stuff, because we've got a couple more things to get through to be done with the 90s, and then we'll finally be into the 2000s, which is going to be wild and stuff. But again, I want to put this out there. One of the things we're going to do as a chef special, no, it won't be a chef special. It'll be a bag of tricks. I get those mixed up all the time. Is going to be the Turtles cereal, like 90s cereal box. We're going to have, that's going to be the only thing we do on that episode, because
that's going to be a lot of heavy lifting on your side. I hope you know that.
Oh, I know.
You
But
just
I'm so excited about
a wonderland for me to walk through, because I don't know anything about this or what it entails.
Right. So
just
a little precursor. So we were trying to decide before we figured out, this was like before 300. We were trying to figure out what we were going to do with 300. And I was like, we needed like some not filler episodes, but episodes that were one-offs that we could just throw in there and like be like, okay,
that would get us there.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, let's just do the cereal. Like it's a box, it's food, there's a bowl. Yeah, sure. Let's just do this. And then I just Googled it and tried to get some images, and just the deluge of variants. And then there's a game on the back of the box that you can play. We're gonna make a whole thing out of it. So it's gonna be fun. I am very excited about it.
I will probably contribute the history of cereal.
That's what I would expect. I mean, you usually
Wouldn't
do that
you expect
anyway.
that out of me?
Yeah,
you expect that out of me?
Hey, this is my friend Ryan. Nice to meet you. So let me tell you all about cereal. You just do it every time. It's so I've heard it plenty of times. It's wonderful. I'm
good for that. So be ready.
Yeah. Anyway, that's coming up. And then if there's anything we've missed, anything we got loud and wrong, like Ryan said, hit us up on all that fun stuff and
let us know.
And you would think I would be ready for this, but I'm not. But here we are. Now I am. So guys, thanks so much again. And until next time, else time.
Else time.
Goodness gracious, we're back.
Baby.
Man.
Shannon popped in chat very briefly to talk about Found a Peanut. So that was her.
Oh, that was her. Okay,
that
good.
was her thing.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
God, let us know if you're dead in the chat. Fuck it. So M said, you guys ever notice how when Easy adjusts his glasses, he always gives it the triple pump? Gotta make sure that bridge's sitting right.
What's the triple pump?
That's what he says. He says you give your glasses the triple pump.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it now. Oh, what's the triple pump?
It's when you adjust your glasses.
Is it that? Is that the pump? Is that the triple pump? Or is it?
How do you normally?
I don't know. I feel like M's
How you
watching
normally
me more
do
so
it? How
than
do you not
normal.
know how you normally do it?
Oh, I don't know.
There it went.
Yeah,
You give it the triple pump.
I think
All
it's
there is to
that.
it.
I think it's this.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah.
I got to make sure they're snug, or if like I shake and if an earthquake happens, I'll still be able to see clearly. I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm just so
Well,
I'm just so blessed that Em noticed that.
You shake it 3 times. You're playing with.
You're playing with yourself
again.
I told you about that. Oh, that was in the chat. Yeah, with so
that was in the chat again.
So real quick, my wife and I have been watching this guy called the Punk Rock MBA. His name's like Finn McKenty, I think is his name, and he looks like he's gonna be an asshole, but like he's actually like very positive about a lot of stuff, which is really cool and refreshing. And he was going back through just a bunch of different bands. So we were just like watching them like on a playlist, just going through while we were doing other stuff. And he did one on Good Charlotte. And they played one of their songs that I hadn't heard in ages. And it was there's that part where he goes, shake it once, that's fine. 3 times or 2 times it's okay. 3 times you're playing with yourself again. And for some reason, like the next day, I'm getting something out of the fridge and I just hear Preston doing a Ben Gibbard from Death Cab impression of that someone singing that song, and I was dying. I was just like, just crying so hard, being like, shake it once. I can't do it. I can't do a good bit. But Preston does it really well, and that just killed me. So I was like, yo, you got to do that anyway. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you heard that. I mean, like, what the price is. It's going to be Trial Pack.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have to make a record called Trial Pack. And which is a reference to this person that used to work with us at a law firm that had the way of saying trial pack in a very weird way.
Trial pack?
That made me want to.
Hey, you want another trial pack?
Oh, it's giving me the shivers.
Yeah. At the time, remember, I would do the impression. You'd get all like, all messed up.
I am
pretty good.
Triggered very deeply by that.
You want another trial pack?
So she ended up getting laid off from the job we worked at, and then I went to a different law firm, and then I turned a corner and she was there, and it scared me to death because I was like, oh god, no, not again. I can't do trial pack again. Can't do that again.
That's pretty good.
And she was very nice and very.
I can't do trial pack again. Like, what do you think she'd do? Just be like trial pack.
Yeah.
Like they're attacking you with it. Like
just start barking at me like that. I'd be like, lordy day. But yeah.
Remember when we used to work together? You're like, I guess. Remember them trial packs? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think she's gonna say? I mean, anyway.
So yeah, there's
John Clemens is all over these episode title names.
Man.
The no pants dance is pretty good, or something because of the pants. You gotta bring up the pants.
Right. Greenie exposes their weenies. Oh, that's what Splitter was worried about.
That's what he's worried about.
Don't expose yourselves.
Monkey gangs are hiring in your area. Old Colonel Monkey Gang in the Greedy Old Colonel Monkey Gang. Monkey Gang, yeah.
That's excellent.
There's just something that like I just love about the idea of like the only like not cheesy dude in the gang like looking over at the shit they're doing and like just he gets with it because the thing is he's getting paid.
Oh, of course.
So he's gonna do it, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna do his job, but there's just that flash of a moment.
Right.
When like Silver's like, all right, boys, line up for our money dance.
Yeah.
And there's just a split second before he lines up where he looks at everyone else and goes like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. All right, yeah, boss, let's go. You know what I mean? Like that's just so good.
It's too much. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. What if we went to a con dressed like somehow we both went like as the gang members of this, or like we found somebody else to be Silver and we were the gang members too. That'd be wild.
Yeah. I always thought that we'd like do some kind of like I always thought like some kind of crooked Ninja Turtle gang
Oh yeah, that's true too.
would be
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
The problem is that there's always just one leader and then the subordinate or the lackey or whatever. And so
Yeah.
we'd kind of need like a duo. Well, like Shredder and Krang are obvious, but that's pretty.
Yeah, but
We're
the cool
on
thing
the
about
same level of love interest as they are.
so the cool thing about crooked Ninja Turtle gangs, you can easily find. I think it's one of the easiest cosplays to do because you can easily find those green shirts with like the front of their shell on it,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and then like some green like sweatpants, and
Yeah.
then like the bag.
The
I mean,
bag.
like you could make that so easily. Oh,
Yes,
John's
come-
calling dibs on silver.
Yeah, come down to Florida, John. We'll go to some cons and you could be silver and we'll wheel you around.
there you
That'd
go.
be fantastic. I'm all about this. Oh my goodness. That's so good. Well, let's see.
He's got no pants. Something with no pants.
The no pants. What did I closed?
Can you go back to your screenshots? Because didn't you have a screenshot that had a caption with something with and also with no pants or something like that? I thought it was pretty funny.
I did. I gotta reload it because
Oh man, John Clemens, you have a solid IDW Bebop cosplay. I need to see that.
I think we have seen this.
Put that in the group.
Did
we?
I think he did send.
Did you show it to us?
Either
'cause it sounds familiar. I don't know if you talked about it or we saw it before.
I want to say I saw it or I dreamed or dreamt that I did.
Oh, you dreamt about him?
I could have dreamt
his
about
IDW Bebop cosplay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that would have made it like a premonition.
You're telling me.
Sewer peanut monkey pants, dude. Sewer peanut monkey pants. Oh, maybe turn the TV back on.
I
had overtime now.
I had to get it all warmed up again. Oh, okay. So
free baseball.
Let's see here.
It was when they're explaining to Splinter when they get back. I think it's when because I think Venus has the line that's like, and Mikey got beat up by people with no pants on or whatever. I got beat
by four guys
with no pants.
Yeah,
that happens.
Yeah, 4 guys with no pants. We could just call it that.
Is it? Well, go later. A few screenshots in when they're trying to tell Splinter about what happened.
So this happens.
I swear
this happens before they go home.
Yep,
so they're still in the sewer.
That's just them complaining, and then they go back to Splinter and they explain it to him. I thought they were
there. You go.
Guys with no pants. Okay. Did we really need? Okay. Would make you a nutcake is pretty goddamn funny. That's the best screen cap. That needs to be a coaster.
Wait, where was that?
The one right before that.
Would make you a nutcake. Yeah,
that one got me like when I did the review.
Good. Oh, that makes me happy to know that when you're seeing them, that it's getting you.
Says he thinks he put it on the Discord.
I remember seeing it. I'm pretty sure.
The longer we talk about it, the more I'm creating a mental image of it. I don't know if I'm just making it up or if like I did see it and it's like coming to resolution like in my head now.
We'll have to check.
Oh, John Clemens has a request for Donnie Height for oscillators as a coaster.
Yeah.
Doesn't look agreed.
Let me write that down for you, John. I will make your dreams come true. Let's see here. Star. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the what were we talking about? I know we were talking about John's costume, and then we were talking about
guys with no pants.
Guys with no pants.
Nutcakes.
Oh, I was gonna say. So what sucks is that a bunch of these episodes we've been doing lately, they've not been on the DVD, and the programs that I'm using to do this and to get these screenshots, they kind of like run all of the closed caption together, all the words, and that's why you get. Sometimes it works out and it's kind of funny. But
sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Right. But more often than not, I'm like, oh, I wish it would have ended there. Like I wish the sentence would have ended, but then it adds something else. Let's see.
Definitely found a peanut. That's in the thing. We've got John had some good ones. The monkey gangs. The no pants dance is really good. Cowabummer.
Oh my goodness.
This is always a good one. M had some good stuff. Let's see here. And then I think the only thing that you and I were both kind of feeling was something having to do with the no pants.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's stuff about exposing yourself. Uh,
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I
then
just wonder we're saying that.
yeah, Splinter saying the guys with no pants thing. Yeah. Um,
No pants.
let's see, some kind of weird nightmare. That's what
Nightmare Silver.
my favorite was
Thing.
this. I don't know why. I don't know why Leo just why it said giraffe once he cut all their pants off. Like he just goes giraffe.
Yeah.
And
Giraffe.
yeah, he might have been trying to say raff, but that
Mm-hmm.
that screenshot just killed me.
That didn't come through.
Yeah. So I don't know. We also have got just the three main things that we talked about. Pop Tarts, blood, and golden tickets. So there's that. But I don't know. Sewer peanut nut cakes. Oh, nut cake expo. Yeah, nut cake expose.
Let's see here.
I don't know.
I'm lost on this one. I feel like we just like went through and talked about the rope-a-dope stuff with the tickets. We talked a lot about that.
Let's see. Monkey pants. No.
It's kind of hard to find a lot of inside jokes here too.
It is.
But normally, if there's a character I don't know his name, I just give him a stupid name, and I just try to like use it as much as possible. And that usually gets us there.
But then the other thing, or pantless gangsters.
Pantless paradise, pantless. Something. No M.
Well,
I'm glad you could get off the fishing boat and watch.
Oh yeah,
I see you, buddy.
I appreciate you spending your time.
Your adventures. I've been following your adventures on Facebook, Em, and they've been pretty fun. I've been kind of like living through you while I've been cleaning up my son's blood from everywhere.
So the other thing we could say is like, I don't know if this helps you or helps the situation at all, but just thinking about just instead of how it sounds, more just how I guess it looks. So just having how it looks on the thumbnail, just having paintless gangsters. I don't know that.
Yeah,
that could work, but it seems a little.
It needs a pun. It needs to be punny.
Punny, pantless. I don't know. I'm just drawing blanks.
Say something off like Gangsta's Paradise, Gangsta's Pants.
Pantless gangster dice. Does that work? No.
No, it's close though.
I just got to get really silly on this and really stupid.
The Boxer Rebellion. See, John Clemens got those like they got layers,
right?
Like the Boxer Rebellion. Oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're like, oh, okay, I see that.
Oh, wait. We didn't really talk about this, but we could run the Butter Boys.
Times go away, Butter Boys. So cryptic, dude.
It is.
Yeah, no, we
Butter Boys.
Literally we never said that.
We never said it.
If we would have picked up on that and called them all the Butter Boys for a while, that would have worked. I hate to say it. Even M's out at this point. M's like coagulated nutcake. I think I'm out.
Yeah.
He can't do this. Battling Butter Boys in their boxers is one. So we were going for the alliteration.
I forgot about the alliteration. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we could work with something with the alliteration.
With the pantless?
The pantless.
Is there a
pantless?
Is there a monkey or a gorilla ape type?
Old like, Colonel Peanut. God damn, you guys are awesome. Wow, this is so funny.
Is there a name for well, I guess a primate? Would that work? So like.
Did you just say primate?
I said primate. Yeah, I meant to say primate, but that doesn't really. So I think I'm getting my. That's actually a Pokemon, I think. So that's probably where I'm getting crossed up on that. But
okay.
That's it. Yeah. So I was trying to think of the alliteration with the pantless.
Like millions lottery. We do that whole like technological pants down. We can make a reference back to that.
Yeah.
Some of the pants down. Yeah, the boxers. Powerball.
um, goodness
With the
gracious.
money, like, or greed or something, like
Stop calling me greedy. Let's see what
greedy,
else.
greedy gorilla, and then the greenie.
Oh.
Thank you. I think there's
Oh,
the greenie.
something about Daddy Warlocks. If we didn't mention it, but Venus definitely called him Daddy Warlocks.
Fucking hey, Daddy Warlocks.
Oh,
That's just funny. Once
That's-
again, I wish we would have picked up on that.
I
at
know.
the time.
I know.
Greedy gorilla gets gooned by greenies. That's pretty good.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, looking
Okay.
like a fool with your pants on the ground. Greedy gorilla. The greedy gorilla. Greedy gorilla and greenie, like that. That's not bad with the alliteration. That's got potential there, because you're doing that.
Greedy Gorilla goes.
So I like the greedy gorilla gets gooned by greenies. Greedy.
Let's see. There's the grandpa at the beginning. Is there anything other than? I don't know. I'm just trying to fish anything out of these images. But man,
They mentioned the greedy gorilla gangsta gang, or something like that.
okay,
I don't know.
that kind of works. I mean, at this
Because
point,
we're using the greedy gorilla gangsta gang.
yeah,
That's just funny to me.
that works for me. Because yeah, it's just at this point, I'm at a loss. Like I'm just old Daddy Warlocks and the pants dropping butter boys. Oh my god!
Oh,
I think
shit.
if
The
we would have only
pants
said
dropping
something about
butter
it.
boys. I know. If we would have said old Daddy Warlocks.
Oh,
We got to read
man.
those captions more. I kind of blow through it a little bit. I'm guilty of it. We got to read those more.
I didn't want to say it, but
We know there's. I didn't want to say it, but you're not appreciating the work I do. Actually,
it's hard work.
Old Daddy Warlocks.
You know what I'll do? You know what we need to do going forward? Okay. So what I'll do in the notes is if I see anything like that I think we can do, I'll try to notate that so that whenever we do the notes and stuff that we can kind of like have that as something. So when we get here, we won't be so just with our pants down, you know.
Oh, sure.
You know, unless that's how you like us. So, I mean,
greedy. If we find one more word.
what? So where are we at? So
greedy gorilla gangsta gang is funny because it repeats gang a lot.
yeah.
But if you could find another G word instead of gangsta, like greedy gorilla something gang, that would be better.
Goon? Does goon work, or is that offensive?
Greedy gorilla.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. This is like the most at a loss I've been.
Greedy gorilla gangster goon gang.
Greedy gorilla gangsta goon gang.
Yeah,
That'd just be all the G's.
all the G's, literally and metaphorically.
Sure.
So
Let's do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do that.
At this point, yeah.
With a
Now we're just naming nuts.
Yeah, no shit, we are naming nuts. With honorable mention to old Daddy Warlocks, because we just let that one just die on the vine.
Yeah.
We never.
Seriously, you won this one. Old Daddy Warlocks and the pants dropping butter boys would have totally won.
It's up there.
If we would have.
Well, that's why I said honorable mention, because that one we just whiffed on is great. But then we're kind of going with John's like all the G's.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he inspired that part.
Yeah. So
all the G's. It's hard for me to ever give John Clemens credit, but here I am.
But here you are.
I didn't have to Google it.
But that starts with G too. That also starts with a G. Oh,
Google.
Google.
So what were you saying? The greedy. You said a bunch of words had G in it.
I said the greedy gorilla goon gang. Was that it?
The greedy gorilla. There was like one more. There was like a lot of words in it. It was more than that.
Oh,
the greedy gorilla. Is it the greedy?
Oh, the greedy gorilla.
It was
goon
a
gangster
greedy
gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep that in your head. Keep
Okay,
that in
so
your. You're saying it.
Greedy. The Greedy Gorilla Goon
Gangsta gang.
Gangsta Gang. All right.
All right. Now, just do it as just wrap that as fast as Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, snap. I better watch my neck. Oh.
Yeah, right. Sean Clemens, you're always bad at War Thunder. What are you talking about? Got him.
All right. I think so. Greedy Gorilla Goon Gangster Gang. Any direction besides Busta Rhymes? Woke up into the place to be.
I think I'm gonna need to hear you do a take before I have any direction for you.
Okay.
I need to see where your skills lie.
Let me see. I'm trying to get the Busta.
Every time I do, they had a reel that was literally like when Busta Rhymes laid that down, and you've got all the like Lil Wayne, all the guys that were in the studio when he did that like drop or whatever, and like they're all like reacting like holy. And he just keeps going and it keeps going. And
that's
like,
awesome.
What the hell? Like it was really good. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I mean, of course, it was the same guy playing all the guys, but it was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
it was still really funny. Busta Rhymes is not given the amount of credit he deserves.
It's true. Flip mode
for his MC styles. They were amazing. All right, you ready?
I think so.
I don't know how to answer that question. I don't understand most of the words M. Wilson said in that comment.
From functional band Are You Randy?
Are
No.
you Randy?
I don't think I did.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist?
No. I was
Weird.
I think I was quoting a Busta Rhymes song, but I could be mistaken. That might be something else.
Fair.
I don't know. It's like math on the mic. I'm like, I don't know if that's.
Oh yeah. All right, you ready? This is 310. Yes.
Yes.
This is Turtle Soup, episode 310.
Greedy Gorilla Goon Gangster Gang.
All right.
Did I say it right? Greedy Gorilla Goon.
Goon Gangsta Gang. Yeah, you did. You did. You had a little hitch in there, but it's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Let's get a little like boisterous, kind of like you're in the gang.
Oh, like
you're
Greedy
like
Gorilla Goon Gangsta Gang. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Come at them where they're like, oh, that's so many G's. Like they're gonna think I'm such a G.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because I got so many of them.
Jesus.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez.
Roddy.
Yeah.
M says we got on the first take, but we're gonna do one more because we always do safeties.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Got it.
This is Turtle Soup, episode 310.
Greedy Gorilla Goon Gangsta Gang.
Try opaque.
Oh my
God. I think
God.
we got it.
Yeah, no, that gorilla is hard. Like that greedy gorilla.
No. Do you want just one more take for enunciation? I think you did a pretty good job.
Let me just
literally do exactly what you did, but you just want to get it better.
Yeah, let me just do this. Let me just do it real quick. So, greedy gorilla goon gangsta gang. Oh, see, it has a flow to it. Oh, yeah,
you got it.
I had to
you
find
got
that flow.
it. Yeah,
yeah. Greedy gorilla goon gangsta gang. Oh man, I'll be saying this all night.
Gangsta gang.
Goon gangsta gang. You got to get the flow with it. Then all of a sudden you're like,
you get the flow. You got the flow.
You're squiggling and wiggling.
You are squiggling and wiggling. I believe in you. That spicy mayonnaise.